Hello, everybody.
Ew.
Hi, Dr. Keith. Yep.
Give me time. It is warm this week. I'm not sure how to deal with the warms this week.
Too much warm, put some back.
Yeah.
I think there's some
Yeah.
rainforests that might have something to say about that.
Swamps, even.
I think you're muted on stream, by the way, Bri.
I said check to.
There we go.
Check not muted.
Okay, am I unmuted?
Let me check.
Do.
Yeah, you're unmuted
Words,
now.
words. Expelling air from my lung to form the words. Okay,
Yes, you're unmuted.
I'm unmuted.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You are audible.
Tragic. So yeah,
Yeah. You're playing Good by Moonlight.
yep. Hop over to the TTRPG screen. I really should set up a proper starting soon sort of deal. At some point, like, Icky shared the link he used for random clips, so that'd be fun. But yeah, I should just set that up at some point. I've got next week off. Maybe we could do it then. But yeah, here we are. Does anyone want to remind us all what happened last session? Because I've completely forgotten.
We began a small investigation into good old Uncle Jack, who we knew from the beginning had to have just ended up in over his head with something that he did not want to be a part of, and that turned out to be 100% true. Because Bri would never be mean to me, specifically the Envis, whose character is the niece of said Uncle Jack. We did some investigations, had some chat with him. Once everything was set up nicely, we went into the dream and ended up along a road to an old farm type thing. There were some gunshots. The other two dove for cover. Carys got shot. Got to the actual house bit, all fine and dandy. Had some nice conversation. Where, you know, it was made clear that the manifestation was just that, you know, Jack wanted to do things that Jack does, you know, help people, and sort of do his own thing without being bothered by other people. But other people were intruding in a hostile manner, hence the gunshots. And as the night started closing in, we had to go indoors. Did some poking around the inside of the house to find small clues as to how far his involvement went with the conspiracy. Turns out not that far. My memory is flagging. Help me! Help!
Yeah, some like plant-related research of his that they were doing. Weird stuff
Yes,
with
they want to co-opt it for something else. And though we're not entirely sure of the specifics, it's bound to be something to do with mollifying the masses in a way that keeps everything the way it is. I consolidate power by making people apathetic, sort of thing.
Little Shop of Horrors came up, which actually maybe potentially an angle of the investigation could be if there's been any missing persons or whatnot, or like suppression of like
Maybe my feel from that at the time was that it was more of a reference to the plant research, but there could be other underlying meanings there as well, because dream logic is screwy.
Something's happening with that hydroponics project that they're trying to cover up, and we don't know.
There is
don't know the
definitely something
details yet.
plant related that they're doing in real space. Yes.
Okay.
So I think that's the gist. Yeah.
Yep. Can anyone remember anything else that happened?
A couple of names were dropped. A policewoman named Grays and
Oh,
a
right, yes, I
Professor
put that in the
Cedar.
notes.
Yep, from all the way in the first session. See, I can foreshadow.
Okay, but when do you start 5 shadowing?
Today.
No.
So yeah, basically at the end of the last session, you managed to fill the conspiracy bar, known in general in the rules as the adversary bar, but for this playset it's called the conspiracy bar.
That's a
So,
good
yeah.
thing, right?
Oh yeah,
for me.
and also in the Fallout, speaking of missing persons, actually, Carys has a ex-friend, I guess, Alice, who's gone missing.
Oh my god, yes, right at the end, we, Carys got a phone call, saw it was Alice Witherbloom, I believe the name was,
Yep.
and thought, man, I haven't spoken to, I haven't been close to Alice in, like, but from Carys's point of view, a good many years, but from Alice's point of view, like, maybe one. Got back to returning the call in the morning, like the following morning from the session, and no answer. Called around other people, and they were like, "We don't know. We haven't heard or seen like names." So that is gonna be Carys's like main point of what's going on.
Yep, we might not be the
Yep.
only ones looking for her either, being actually the Strixhaven heiress. That's Magic the Gathering thing for any. Not a lot of people pay attention to that set, I don't think.
And of course I know nothing about Magic the Gathering, so when these three are talking about it, it's going completely over my head. It's not like they've got a code I can't
Witherbloom
speak.
happens to be a thing from a Magic setting that people didn't really pay attention to. I didn't anyways, because it had Harry Potter vibes. Anyway.
Like, don't they have like 5 Magic school settings, one of which got ported to D&D, or am I imagining?
A lot more than
Strixhaven.
5.
Anyway, that's
Many more
neither
than
here nor
5.
there.
Yep. So yeah, conspiracy bar's full. We'll get to that in a bit.
We already got to it. Bad things happened.
Yep, bad things will happen, but we'll get to the bad things in a bit. But
Bad
first,
things
we
already
have
happened.
yeah.
Wait, Witherbloom, more plant stuff, huh?
Yeah. But first, we have other bad things. Obligation. Who wants to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Nobody else is jumping for it.
Okay, so this is probably going to be a few days after the last session. Well, in universe, obviously, it's been what, weeks since the last session. So yeah, what's been troubling Carys?
Alice's disappearance mostly, and I imagine the Students' Council is also a bit having a little bit of a struggle because the if I remember rightly, wasn't she like the head of it? Or did we not decide that? That's in my head for some reason.
Yeah, she's the head of something. A class president or student president or something.
I want to say student president, but that's yeah, there it is. Student council president. There we go.
Yeah, the notes I've got for Carys is Alice Witherbloom, student council president and former friend as of the last year.
Yeah. So Carys is sort of caught between fulfilling all of the usual duties and helping other members of the student council keep on top of stuff, so everything keeps ticking over, while also trying to find out what has happened to Alice. Where has she gone?
Stressful indeed.
Who has taken Miss Witherbloom?
Okay. And obviously, this means rolling your lowest.
+1.
Which I suppose would be Moon, because it's the only one with only one dot.
That's
Although
correct.
the dots are only in the first thing anyway, but it's the only one with one. So
Yeah. So this is for obligations that break your heart and drives you to despair. So yeah, let's see what kind of toll this is taking on you.
+1 die.
That's the thing I was just about to look up on was is it just +1?
Got that Daydreamer.
Yeah.
+1 D6, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
it's
something.
it's the basically the number of actions you've got at least one dot in. So
Yeah.
Took
Okay.
it so long
Oh.
to pick out. We picked it out.
oh wait, where did
I'm
the do you get a bonus dial?
Daydreamers.
No, I got
+1
+1
D6.
from Daydreamers. Yeah, it's the series
Of
ability
course.
we chose.
Oh yeah, of course. You've taken this a new series ability, Daydreamers. So you get +1 to all of your obligation rolls.
We're very good like that, yes.
It's
Yeah,
a good
just
thing
get-
too, because once again, my first roll was trash.
Yep.
I-
But yeah. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just complaining that I never roll good on obligation.
That's fair. But yeah. So it's basically a resistance roll. So 6 stress minus 5 from your roll. You're only starting
Yeah.
with 1 stress.
We take those.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously you feel a twinge of guilt over not calling Alice back immediately or picking up, but
Yep.
you've seen this play out in enough timelines. Maybe it'll work out in the end this time. Who knows?
She'll be fine. We're on it this time. It's been a more positive set of events so far than in other timelines. So she's got to ride that momentum.
Yep, you're on it. You can Donkey Kong it. Who's next? Or should I roll a dice to pick someone?
That'd be cruel.
That's true.
You ready to do
Notice
something
you're up.
nervous, or do you want me to go first? Notice you muted it. Okay.
Sorry, I was getting more magic nonsense in. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what's bothering Welkin?
Mr. Welkin, thank you. Let's see. I don't flipping remember. I had that, well... Okay, let's see what my lowest stat is, and that will give us some idea, I guess. Moon.
Yep, so this is going to be heartbreak and being driven to despair.
I expect like maybe among the fishing club, like marine biology or whatnot, is a like popular major, and him changing away from that, maybe there's some kind of friction between him and the people he's used to hanging out with before he met these two.
Yep, that
Maybe
works.
something like that.
Yep, just trouble in his friend group. Makes sense. Roll away. Of course, you're
Bonus
getting
dice.
an extra bonus dice.
1.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, so with a 6, that means you're starting with 0 stress. This is all very
And
unfair.
I voted against it.
Okay, so yeah, your friend group are maybe giving you the cold shoulder, but yeah, it's not. It's just a bit of a, it's a temporary thing. They'll understand in the end. So
It's like
and that just
it's like what's his name, the elf in Rudolph. You don't actually like fishing. I don't know.
okay, and that just leaves Miracle. I'm sure it's doing fine.
Somewhat. We're coming to like what? Most of the way through the semester. It's most of the way through autumn, I guess. And yeah, when she's not busy doing investigations into garden centers and the conspiracy, Miracle is still trying her best to do her degree and do it in record time, effectively. So spending most of her time close to the way doing more research, but despite that, she's doing a lot more research into things like, agriculture and gardening and use of public parks and other stuff that's kind of bleeding over from the investigation stuff that's sort of influencing her architecture degree.
Well, it's still technically relevant. And of course, you've got a special ability, which means you can always roll stars, I believe.
I do, because I'm estranged to kindness, yes.
So, obligations to put you under social pressure or sets off your anxiety. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. Anything
Don't
that
forget your
drags
bonus
her
dice.
away from work. Yeah, so 1 bonus dice on this. We're fine.
Okay, yeah. You start with 0 stress. Now, your boyfriend / situationship, Braden, has had apparently been having some awkward conversations with Chris, who is normally on your side but has been bad-mouthing you. Now, you actually get the impression like there's some pressure from the conspiracy going on, and he's basically sort of trying to sort of shift blame towards you just to protect him and his friend, which it's kind of a mean thing to do, but Braden will probably understand in the end. Yeah.
It's fine. Me and Braden are just friends, and I don't like him that much anyway, and I have to study. I don't care right now.
Yeah. And you've also been having trouble catching up with Welkin lately, but yeah, she'll show up. She always does.
Yep.
Anyway, on to downtime.
On to downtime.
So
I have a note. Oh,
sorry, go on.
sorry.
Nope.
I have a note as far as a note to self for my downtime. As usual, it is heal Enfys.
Okay. So, what's up with Carys, Gwilym, and how's Tern fixing it?
The notes the marks I've got on my harm is level 1 rattled and sprained ankle, and level 2 guilt. That's a lot of guilt.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I have written down what Carys. I forget what Tern does to hang out with Carys.
It's varied from time to time to kind of make it up on the fly.
Yeah. Yep. So, in this play set, it's the help friend recover downtime is share. No, wait, that's make a connection.
No, yeah, that's the link.
Yeah.
The links one.
So yeah, you can basically, I mean, obviously Carys is dealing with guilt, so how's Tern going to address that?
Or
I don't have any dots in empathize, but considering I usually consider Tern to be a guilt-powered machine, I imagine you would be able to find some common ground with them. Like between them, as it were. So just kind of like a hangout and check-in kind of thing, I think.
Yes, Enfys?
If this roll is a success on the level 2 harm, what does that mean for the level 1 harms? Because both of those slots are filled.
Okay, so
level 1s first.
Yeah, I'll just read this out. Completing the recovery clock removes all level 1 harm, and all other harm is reduced by 1 level. So yeah, it'll just clear away the...
It clears them. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so everything just gets notched down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like Blades. Everything is just moved down a level.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying.
Anyway, can I argue express? Something I do have a dot in, perhaps? Oh wait, we do also have the other ability that they've where's moment of crisis. Does that basically give us +1d to recovery rolls in general? It specifies emotional harm, but well, I mean the guilt is definitely emotional harm.
Yeah, guilt sounds like emotional harm. I mean, I'd say express or empathize would be perfectly fine for this.
Okay. And yeah. Let me get to express. Just leaving it as risky standard because it's not that kind of roll. Not
Yeah.
transcendent.
Yeah, but you do get
One
the +1d
bonus
from
done.
moments of crisis.
Right.
Oof, unfortunate. So that's 2 segments marked on Carys' healing clock.
Oh, that marks
I
off
think we
2 for
got-
me. In that case, that fills up the recovery clock.
Alrighty. Yep. So
I
any
only have 2 left.
you can erase any level 1 harm, and yeah, your guilt is now only level 1.
Hooray!
Feel free to rename it to something like I don't know, guilty conscience.
The same thing.
Yes, but the wording's been changed.
We get 2 down times.
I'm not going to leave it
correct.
as rattled,
Don't-
really, because it's very similar and it's already in the box, so...
Yeah, fair enough. Yep, that's correct. You've got 1 more downtime left, unless of course
I'm
you
not really
crit
sure
on
what else to-
obligation.
I'm not really sure what else to do with it at this time. We don't want to like come back to me or something, do we? Or
Yeah, we can
Or
do
then
that
I'll
if
do it
someone
now.
else wants to do anything.
I mean, I know what I'm doing, so I wouldn't mind going if you want me to.
Yeah,
yeah.
take it away.
Okay. So, to paraphrase ye oldie popular song, where the fuck is Alice?
Okay, so I'll let you do an investigation roll for this because the trail's still pretty warm.
Yep. I guess that would be analyze.
Yeah, and yeah, just look at all the clues, put things together. That makes sense.
Yeah. Speak to the people.
Have a montage while you're eating a piece of goat meat. Okay, a 4.
Okay.
Yep, that's 3 segments. So you can obviously this was an investigation roll, so you can advance the investigation track by those 3 segments.
Ooh,
Yeah, this is a gather information roll, so you get for a 4 1 question and a follow-up.
I'm adding a clock. Where's Alice? What was that? 3 you said? Oh wait, but
yeah.
that'll be in the protagonist sheet, right?
Yep, 3 segments. It'll be on the protagonist sheets.
Oh, okay. That ticks that up to tier 3.
Oh, nice.
Take those. Okay, so questions.
1 question and 1 follow-up.
What is already in motion here?
Alice has been taken by the conspiracy for some reason. She was already in some way connected, but now they have a specific purpose for her.
All right. So now I know. I know specifically this is absolutely conspiracy related. Goddamn. Yep. Okay. Follow-up question. What do I remember about Alice's connection to this conspiracy?
You don't know much directly, but from previous timelines, you know that they basically holds your friendship with her over her.
How rude of them. Although it is nice to nice to know that she holds that sentimentality.
Yep. And that's all you're getting. So, do you have a use for your other downtime?
My second one would probably be: does anybody have any kind of harm? First off,
I do not.
Nope.
okay. In that case, pardon me. I am going to check in with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, Miracle. See how Miracle's doing, shall we? And this is going to be the what do you call it?
Hey.
Share an
Make a
intimate
connection.
moment. Yep.
Share an
make a
intimate moment, because it gets make a connection is the default, but this is share an intimate moment.
That's correct. So,
Intimate connection.
yep, how are you going to try and get close to Miracle then?
I'm gonna express my concerns over Alice and her sudden disappearance and what this is going to mean for us down the line. You know,
Is
an old friend of mine has been taken, and it's, you know, I try to keep my distance because, in theory, you know, that should make people more safe, but they get dragged in again.
Is she part of why you keep jumping between timelines?
Council got
Like,
quiet at that one. And,
Yeah,
and just-
Miracle does ask you that like directly.
yeah.
I assume we're having like a drink somewhere, like on
Yeah,
the rooftop or
probably.
something.
Yeah, somewhere out the way, just having a chill, having a talk, and yeah, you ask that question. Carys goes very quiet, and after a moment of just that contemplation, will say, "Everyone is." I try to keep her out of it though.
Is there a way you can win without losing at least someone? Like, I'm not sure if the game's rigged that way. Is it possible?
I don't know. I keep trying.
Hmm.
We'll figure it out.
Yay! Fun questions between these two.
I'm thinking that's going to be express, right? Really?
Okay. And the $1 million question. Is Miracle
confess.
going to share the moment or hold herself apart?
I think that's now a question I flip back on to Carys for this one, given my responses. Does it sound like I've opened myself for it?
Mechanically, it's your choice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's share it.
Okay, that's an extra die for Carys. Roll away.
I think this is more confess than express. It's the same number of dice, but it's just feels better, you know.
Yeah, I'll accept either. Okay, that's a 4 for 3 links.
How would you like to spread them out?
Ooh. I would like to have multiple links on you for this one, so I would like to split that 2-2.
2-2. What?
You only get 3 links, sorry.
Oh, 3, sorry. Oh, you rolled a 4, sorry. So I'll have 2-1 then.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to be helping you a lot for this one, I want to say. Although, given what Bree has actually said, no, 1-2, 1-2. You get 2 on me.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Carys's downtime sorted. Nicholas, you got anything for Tern's last downtime, or shall we go on to...
Yeah, it may as well be a good idea to get some links between Tern and Carys as well, so that we all have links with like somebody.
Okay, so you're going to share an intimate moment with Carys. What's the plan?
I'm thinking possibly basically kind of help look for Alice, but like with mechanics of forming links rather than like doing an investigation. If that makes any sense.
Yep, so obviously Carys has already been doing some detective work, so if Tern wants to, tag along, help out, maybe provide emotional support, how's Carys going to feel about that, Enfys?
I think when it comes to this, because of how sudden it is and the fact that there is some amount of, I should have answered the phone straight away. God damn it! I think House is going to be a little bit. Sorry, something with teeth. Gross. House is going to be a little bit sort of standoffish and just really focus on the task.
Okay, so she holding herself apart?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so Tern can mark XP, and I'm afraid that's just going to be a normal roll.
Okay.
Sorry, Nolas. That just happened to be the thing you chose.
Let me see. From the sound of it, it sounds like Express might fit more, even though I was thinking of doing Perceive, but like if it's mainly emotional support and stuff, then I suppose Express makes more sense. Same difference either way, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd accept Perceive if you want to argue you're sort of trying to, help Carys with the investigation as much as help support her, but...
It is the same amount of dice either way.
Okay, well, dealer's choice then.
So no
Whichever you
bonus
think fits
dice.
better.
See how many we get. Oh.
Unfortunate. That's only 2 links, which Enfys
One
can...
each then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or I forget who gets to choose where they go with it.
One each.
Yeah, it's the player
Yeah.
whose character you've chosen to spend the downtime with, who gets to choose.
Mm-hmm.
So the player who is sort of receiving the receiving is gets to choose the links and decide if it's accepted or rejected.
Yep, the targeted player.
And I gave us one each.
Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, Carys and Tern just sort of spend a few days asking around, trying to learn more about Alice. Some progress is made, although Carys is a bit sort of closed off at the moment, and that just leaves Miracle. What do?
What do indeed? Okay, so I start off downtime with no sleep, which is one of my powers. I get to put 2 ticks into any long-term project clocks of my choice.
Yep, you can't get to sleep, you're just thinking about the complications.
Which finishes my double major clock, long-time project.
Ooh. Well, you best get something for that.
Presumably, I've done an entire year's worth of work in the space of a semester.
Yep. So yeah,
Hopefully.
you've basically sort of caught up on your work. Academically, you no longer have to sort of worry about anything. should probably come with some sort of mechanical reward.
I'll let you work that one out on your own pace. But for now, I'm going to breathe a sigh of relief as I finish a huge chunk of my work very, very early, and only have like a final dissertation piece to do once that whole long-term project stuff starts up early next year. So that's all done. That's all dusted. That can sit outside while I do some extra work with my actual downtime options.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, I've thought of something. If you just want to make a note somewhere, I'll let you create the NPC. But basically, you've sort of befriended one of your sort of lecturers or someone or other, basically a member of the faculty at the university, and that can just be you know, something you can call on.
Cool. Good. I'll work that one out in a bit.
Cool.
Actual stuff then. I got 2 actual things to do for my downtime. Yes.
Yep. 2 downtimes, same as everyone else.
Yep. All right. First thing I'm going to do, I want to do some research. I want to start a long-term project, and I want it to be so I can start actually identifying who is in the conspiracy web that we don't know about. Like, we've got plenty of suspects to chase down, but I want to ideally get an idea of more of the overseer layer.
Okay.
I want to start a long-term project of working out who the overseer is on the track we haven't got started on yet.
Okay, so obviously, as you said, this is a long-term project. Okay, so 6 is the default. I'll say this is a complicated because you're basically trying to get a handle on the part of the conspiracy you don't know about yet. So let's call it an 8-segment clock.
All right. Yeah, I want to get the indoctrination overseer. Surveillance overseer identified.
Okay. Yep, you can do that.
And the approach I'm taking for this is like, we now know vaguely that they're doing plant stuff. That seems to be the consistent thing so far. So I'm doing a lot more research into these type of horticultural exercises, public spaces, recuperating land, all these other types of, reclaiming land, all these other types of brownfield development works for green project spaces, and looking into who's interested in that type of thing and trying to find potentials there. So lots of research going into that, all under the guise of potential next year project stuff.
All right.
Yay. I guess then I roll analyze for this one.
Yep, and analyze sounds good.
I think that's just 2 parts of the track, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 notches, I believe. Yep, 2 segments, I'm afraid.
That's
6
fine.
more to go.
6 more to go. Not great at all. Carys already did the research that I was planning to do already, which is good. Thank you. That's great. But I don't have very much in the way of other options I can do during downtime is the problem. I guess I'm going to start a second long-term project, and that is to try and get on Braden's good side.
Okay.
Mending some bridges.
Fair enough. I'll say this is a...
How very architect of you.
This is a 4-part clock because, it's not like he's a complete stranger or anything.
Yeah. There's history there, and I'm sure that me finishing all my coursework early compared to him is probably not the best bit of news he wants to hear, but I'm sure that means I can spend more time around him, I guess. Let's roll forgive for that.
Okay. Yeah. Forgive sounds good.
There were arguments had when we went out. It's fine now. Let's try and be friends. Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. That's yeah.
That's 2 seconds on the clock. It's fine. It's a long-term progress.
Yeah. Yeah. You are sort of trying to make inroads with him, but he's still a bit standoffish after everything that's happened, especially with Chris whispering in his ear.
Terrible. I did finish a clock though, thanks to finishing the major, so I get an experience point this downtime as a result of finishing one of my long-term project clocks thanks to no sleep.
That's correct.
I need to be doing lots of long-term projects.
It's free real estate.
It's going to get much more expensive when I get the next upgrade for my sheet, which is going to be safe distance. But yeah, anyway, we'll continue. That's my downtime.
Okay. Yep. So that's everyone's downtime. So, as we mentioned earlier, the adversary track is full.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, I'll just read this out straight from the book. If the track fills, the group's adversaries have found the protagonists and move against them. Play this out as the highest tier mission available in the series playset. That's going to be tier 2, I believe, because you've identified some of the...
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I believe you've identified at least one overseer. But the protagonist automatically failed the engagement roll. It is the worst possible situation. They're caught off guard and unprepared. This mission occurs after obligation and downtime, and should the protagonist survive, it ends the season as normal, albeit on a somber note. Okay, so I think there's a few levels of the adversary track, so this isn't the end of the season per se.
Yeah, it's when we max out tier 3 that happens, yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't get to roll engagement? Flavor fail
No.
with moment of crisis.
We fail automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Don't do it, but one die.
Do-do-do. Yeah. We're going to begin with Miracle. So Miracle.
Yay.
You've actually been doing pretty well today. You've not long finished all your coursework, and you've actually had the first good night's sleep in a while. A whole 6 hours. It's a lovely morning.
6? That's a lot. That's too many hours. We need to fix that.
Put some back.
Yeah. Yep. And you're up with the dawn chorus. The birds are singing loudly. You've got a delicious cup of coffee in your hand. What is Miracle's order?
It is a triple shot cinnamon latte with soy milk.
Delightful. And as
Delightful.
you you've been drinking this for years, I presume.
I mean, this one like 5 minutes, but you can't have a coffee for years. That's not how coffee works. You have to drink it fairly quickly.
Yeah, but you've been drinking that flavour of coffee for years.
Oh well, that's a different question entirely. I think Miracle mixes up her order fairly often, depending on the season.
Okay.
Although
So yeah,
definitely not a pumpkin spice latte. Definitely not.
too mainstream. I mean, I do know of a character who'd drink coffee that's been around for years, but that's besides the point.
Just allergies when it comes to pumpkin spice. Fine.
Yeah. So, as you sort of drink this coffee, because obviously you've switched things up to cinnamon, it takes you a moment, but you realise something's off about the flavour. You realise 2 things. One, some absolute monsters switched this to decaf.
Rude.
And 2, There isn't just decaf in here. You feel yourself sitting in the seat of the cafe, slowly drifting off. Looks like your drink's been drugged.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap my mobile phone, just like hit an emergency button before I go to sleep. Hopefully that will just like ping Tern and Carys.
Okay. So
Probably like nothing specific, but very much like a click. This is important, and then Z.
Okay, how do you want to set this up? Do you want to flash back to having set it up already, or do you want to try and roll something to get this message across?
I'm going to flash back to it. Yeah. So I think at some juncture we've already like had, like, in case of emergencies, like put a find my phone thing up on, you know, on each other's.
Especially would definitely have made sure we set something up, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable. I'll let you have that for 1 stress.
You can have in 1 stress. So at least they know something's up, and presumably where I am.
Yeah. So yeah. So as Miracle hits the button on her phone and slowly falls into a deep involuntary sleep, Carys and Tern, you get a ping on your phone, which gives you the location of Miracle. What are you both doing at this time?
I mean, if it's early in the morning and if Tern's anything at all like me, he's definitely still in bed. But he does get the message on his phone, and he gets on, and knowing it's important, gets to his feet and gets on it.
Okay. And Carys.
With Alice's absence, Carys, I think, would have been pulling a lot of extra weight on the student council, and probably turns up early to make sure things are in order, help the vice president out, such forth. So either already at the university or on the way.
Okay. So yeah, it's probably going to take probably not
immediate U-turn to get back to Miracle then.
Yeah. So as Tern and Carys rush towards Miracle's position, Miracle just starts dreaming. What does your dreamscape normally look like?
Miracle's dreamscape is fairly abstract, because Miracle dreams in possibilities of how to improve urban spaces. Everything it's constantly and it's in a term I'm going to use for disparaging architect stuff. It's in renderite. It's all in white. It's all in, like, someone has printed out a 3D model of a new skyscraper or new buildings they're going to put into it, but haven't put the detail in it. If you see a planned development model that someone's built out of MDF and plastic and acrylic and just put down to show investors, a lot of it's either in renderite with entourages walking around, so just paper cutouts of people to show scale, or bits of it that are like internal and important are in blueprints, like literal architectural blueprints. The bits that are permanent and real, though, the bits that Miracle is really closely related with and understands a lot about, those are extraordinarily detailed and realistic to how they actually are, as opposed to an idealized version of what they are.
Okay. So yeah,
I think Miracle's one of the few people in the city who doesn't see nostalgia.
Okay, so obviously there's a lot of sort of buildings here. Would you say you've sort of found yourself nearby any particular one?
Presumably where I dropped off, because Miracle's very literal as a person. She's like, whilst she does have places she like calls home, she's very much like, I was here, so this is where I am. And
okay.
Yes, the place she currently was presumably in one part of the university, which is presumably cycling through different potential storefronts for this cafe and how it might look as a trendy nightclub or a sports bar or a cooperative cafe place and bakery, but fundamentally it is, oh, this is a place where people gather, this is where I currently am, and this is what is currently here, and there is a coffee cup in front of me, and I'm asleep. Okay, great. That's not good. And then looks out and sees that there's the university there, which is constantly cycling through potential new roadwork designs and new interchanges and new public transit options, or completely pedestrianized. All these other things are going on the road outside, just constantly shifting between one to the other. It's not a particularly static place. Is Miracle's imagination and dreamscape.
Okay, and as you're sort of sitting here, you feel a strange chill. As you're basically drifting. As in the real world, you drift into a very deep sleep. You find yourself sort of sinking into the deeper layers of your psyche. And we're just going to cut back to the real world. As Carys and Tern, you find Miracle just sat at a chair in the I guess one of the sort of outside chairs in the cafe. Just fast asleep, and yeah. What do you want to do?
Whose car is it again? Is it Carys's or Miracle's?
Carys.
That we usually.
Harris
Miracle
usually does the driving, yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Okay,
Miracle canonically can't drive.
I thought just to be sure before we try entering the dreamscape, we can move remove her to your car, so at least if conspirators or whatever do come for
That won't look suspicious at all, will it?
I was about to say, like, yeah, not to do Bree's job for her here, but I'm pretty sure two people busting in to a cafe and then picking up someone who's fallen asleep and dragging them out of a cafe won't look suspicious in the slightest.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I am gonna.
I
If you want to do
maybe
this,
not-
I will need a roll.
No, I don't know.
My first thinking was, as Carys advises, is make sure that Miracle is physically okay, aside from being unconscious, and then just sort of idle into like the booth, or because I assume Miracle's at like a table next to a wall or something, not like center of everything.
Yeah, I think it's fair to assume Miracle's probably chosen a seating that's not, that's a bit out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we can just around the corner.
Sidling next to each other and try to wake her up. Not going to happen because she's been hella drugged. But then, gesture for Tern to take the seat opposite and say, if we can't wake her up, then she's going to be in trouble in a way that needs help in a less IRL way. And give a little knowing nod, like, you know what we got to do.
What I'm worried about is what I'm worried about is us being asleep and like the conspiracy potentially like coming here while we're in the dreamscape.
And what? We're in the middle of a cafe, bud.
I don't know. Maybe they're on the cafe for all we know.
And also, look, if something happens to us in public, that's going to look real bad for them and cause problems. And two, our sleep is going to be natural. We'll be able to, if we could be forced awake. Miracle can't. If something happens to Miracle in the dream and we're not there to help, then time is of the essence there. And time moves weird in there sometimes. We've spent days and then woken up and it's been like a night.
All right. All right then.
Okay, so you're both just gonna sit down and try and fall asleep yourselves?
Not immediately. I'm going to Carys is going to order just like a hot chocolate, just as a putting it out there as a sort of, yeah, I'm here, I'm with so and so, we're just gonna chill and be quiet over in that corner, you know, so that somebody who is probably too low level of anything knows what they're there. So if something does start to happen in real space, then somebody will most likely cause a fuss.
Okay, yep. If what do you want to roll to just sort of set this up then?
Express. Just as I mean, just because I'm effectively trying to subtly, socially manipulate somebody into just knowing about our existence.
Yep, that makes sense. Would you like to push yourself, or take a poison promise, or spend any links?
This could be really important down the line. So I think yes. I mean, I can't spend the link because it's me. That would have to be somebody else, but I'll push myself, which I think is 2 stress.
Yep, 2 stress to push yourself. Add an extra dice.
All right. Here we go. Express. Risky? Standard?
Yeah, I'll say risky standard. You've just walked into a cafe and ordered a drink. There's not too much risk there. I wouldn't say it's controlled because you've already been put on the back foot.
I was gonna push for it then, but you beat me to it. Okay. +1 dice because I pushed myself. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, a 4.
Okay, 4. That's a success with a complication. So yeah, you order your drink. The server looks at you because obviously there aren't that many people in the cafe this time of day. And she asks, "Oh yeah, is Tern having anything as well?" I think it was Tern.
Yeah.
I know it's,
Same,
I
I
know
guess.
it's-
At which
I know
point,
it's-
Carys would turn to Tern and be like, "Yo, you having anything?"
Yeah. Hot chocolate also.
Same again.
2 hot chocolates, and you with Miss Harbour.
Yep. Same booth.
Kind of weird to see her in this early. And you get the feeling that she's probably going to talk to someone about this, just because it's not because she's reporting to anyone or anything, but just because it's unusual.
More of a gossip sort of thing. Yeah.
So yeah, word is going to get out if you're in there too long.
Get in, get Miracle Light, get out.
Okay, so you're both able to sit down with your hot chocolates and start falling to sleep. Meanwhile, Miracle, as you feel yourself slowly drifting into the deeper parts of your subconscious, you just feel the hairs on the back of your neck tingle, and there's someone around here who shouldn't be.
Hello?
You don't hear any
Hello?
answer.
Hmm.
In a distant building, featureless and white, you do see a figure standing in the window, vaguely humanoid. It looks like a large pile of, I guess, like rope or something in the shape of a person. You stare at it for a moment before it disappears. What would you like to do?
Wait, come back. And, walking up there, and since it's my dreamscape, I'm probably used to the idea of there just being paving slabs walking, like forming in front of me as I walk, even in places where there is not currently a road, unless there's places where it's like, oh no, there's always been a road here and always going to be a road here.
Yeah.
So I'll try and work out what this building actually is meant to be in real life at the moment, slowly warp it into a place that makes sense for a pedestrianised walkway to get up there and start walking, ideally directly to that window.
Okay, so you walk. So yeah, obviously, this is your dreamscape. You have some control over it. A lot more. Well,
But
a
I'm
lot
in-
more control if you would in someone else's.
Yeah. But presumably I'm still in a desperate position due to the way this thing started.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, what would you like to roll to sort of get there?
I mean, it's my dreamscape. I'm going to express myself with this one.
That sounds good. Do you want to push yourself or take a poison promise?
Not at this juncture, no. No, I'm just going to take my lumps with this one, I think.
Okay, roll away then, please. This is going to be desperate standard.
Desperate standard.
Mark that XP.
Not transcend. I will do.
Oh no.
There we go.
Oh dear.
Okay, so you sort of try to like you've been in your dreamscape many times before. Like this is just your happy place. So you start trying to form the road ahead of you, and you start trying to form the building, but like normally you can just do this with a fort, but you're trying this and it just doesn't happen. The sort of road isn't formed before you, and it's just sort of an unspecific white void, which you're able to walk on, more or less. But as you sort of trudge forward, you realise you're slowly sinking.
That's not right.
And as you sort of keep moving forward, you catch a glimpse of the figure in the window again. This time they're staring directly at you. And the sort of form uncoils and disappears, and you realise you're sinking faster. And with a light tap and a splash, you find yourself in the sewer of the city. Okay, meanwhile, Carys and Tern, you've probably fallen asleep. Miracle's right next to you, so you can probably find your way into her dreamscape. And you find yourself at the cafe, where she was located in the real world. Would you say either of you have seen this before? Like, Miracle's dreamscape?
Probably at some point. I imagine like part of series one would have been and learning all this would have been in and out of each other's dreams to as we learn how to utilize this part of what we can do.
Yeah, I feel like Carys would have been in there for sure. I'm not sure
Carys
if
has been
Tern
in
would have
everyone's
been
at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Tern would have been in it. It depends on how his interactions with y'all had gone when he was still working for a conspiracy and like what he was doing, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'd like to interject with this one quickly. I think the second you materialize into Miracle's dream, there is effectively a hologrammatic version of somewhere between Miracle and Tomorrow Yearns, but also in a very fancy, like, blue, formal receptionist tour guide wear, saying, "Welcome to the city of tomorrow."
Oh no.
You get one each. It's particularly perky and energetic and happy to see you if you've been here before and were nice the last time you were here. Presumably, if Tern was here the last time and was part of the conspiracy, I guess you don't get a happy person and go, yes. Welcome back.
Okay, would you say this is like a person size manifestation, or is it just like a sort of a floating over your shoulder navvy sort of situation?
Oh, both. It starts off person size and then shrinks down to whichever is convenient for displaying the current hyperfixation that Miracle is currently focused on.
Okay, so these two sort of miracles address you both simultaneously and say, "Hello there. How can I help you on this visit to the city?" The future is now.
I hate my subconscious so much.
Carys would at first sigh and say, every time. And then speak to this projection, like, Miracle Harbour, where are you?
Well, some might say that Miracle Harbour is everywhere. But if you're trying to find Miracle Harbour herself, well, why not simply consult the index? Or, if you prefer, I have this map of the city. And this, like, the pages of this sort of Miracle / Tomorrow Yearns avatar just sort of fold into a sort of a brochure that's floating in front of Carys.
It is an incomprehensible codex.
Oh, thought. Okay. Can you present to me a map of the city for dummies?
Okay, what would you like to roll to get this, request this?
Okay, to let you know exactly what I'm trying to do here, I want a relatively easy to read map that I assume is going to follow some manner of... Like, the details on the map are going to match to some level the details that would be there if we were there. So places that mean something to Miracle, or that Miracle expects to be permanent, as per her familiarity with them, would have that detail on the map. But if somewhere that doesn't match that criteria shows up in an unexpected amount of detail, then that's going to be my guess as to where Miracle is, because it's manifesting in that way.
Okay, yep, that makes logical sense. What do you want to roll?
Analyze?
Yeah, I'll allow it. We'll call this risky standard.
Push. Has anybody got any ideas for a promise on that one?
Not for a poison promise, but I have an idea that I kind of want to do at more or less the same time, or depending on how this goes, I suppose.
Well, we'll resolve this one first.
Yeah.
I will say that I can spend a link on this one, if that helps. Because technically you're in my dreamscape. I think I'm able to.
I mean, you can.
On it,
you don't have to be present to spend a link. Spend a link.
No, exactly.
The bonus from it can be as per something we've set up before.
But I think, like, generally, because you're in my dreamscape, some part of me wants to help you find me here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I will I will offer a poison promise. Obviously, this is up to Keith if he wants this for his character, but Carys will accidentally learn something Miracle rather she didn't.
That's up to Keith. If Keith is staying for that, then absolutely, yes,
sure.
I'll take that.
That is fine. Also, no, I imagine we also still want to know the consequence of what happened if this fails, though.
Oh yeah. So, if this fails, basically, Carys and Tern are going to end up lost, and Miracle's going to be on her own for a bit longer.
I believe in you. You have the power.
Yeah. If you succeed, obviously, you can. You'll make progress finding your way to her. In fact, you're not. Someone start me an 8-part clock. We'll call it and set it at 4.
Cancel. What was it set up for?
Sorry, an 8-part clock and fill in 4 segments. That's basically representing how close you are to meeting up.
Kind of funny there isn't a spot on the protagonist sheet for a generic clock. That's not that I can find.
And 4 filled in, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
just put it on a character clock on the character sheet. I guess we can't see those there on your sheet though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got it set to 4. So
Neat.
okay, analyze, risky, standard, not transcendent, bonus die. 1 from that. Are you still spending the link or?
Yep, I sent the link.
Awesome.
Okay.
Then that's 2 bonus die. Six and a 5.
Okay, that's
I'm
a
going to
6.
ignore the 3.
Okay, so that's a success without any consequence, except for the poison promise. So, trying to remember how many slices on a clock that should represent. Wait, no, that's yeah. I'll
I
say
assume it's like you're doing this as a tug of war clock, so aren't you? So if it empties, they can't find me. If it fills, they can.
exactly. Yeah, I'll say
Depends how
that.
quickly you want them to find me.
Yep, that's going to fill 3 slices on the clock. So 1 more, and you can probably meet up again.
Spicy.
As you're given a much more simplified map with multiple locations that are important to Miracle. There is no sign she's in any of them, but you can always take a look at them. You feel like there's something much simpler to this puzzle that you haven't quite figured out yet, and you're on the verge of it. And also, so Keith, any idea what Carys might sort of glean that Miracle would rather she didn't?
Doesn't even have to be map related. It can just be something in your psyche has stood out here.
Yeah, there's something that's going to stand out a fair bit from Miracle at this juncture. Yeah, I think. No, I haven't discussed this with you all before, so let's not do anything too weird with this. But I think there is some part of Miracle's avatar that remembers every time you've messed with the timeline. And there are bits present there that this Miracle should have no knowledge of, but are like mentioned in ad copy that you see on the side of the streets as you're walking down them, or see mentioned in like the road names and the street names, just references to things that are directly things that you know that a Miracle experienced, but not this Miracle.
Interesting.
And this might be something that Miracle has been keeping from you.
Okay, yep, so while Miracle probably doesn't remember timelines like Carys does, Tamara Yearn certainly does. Yep, I guess Keith, could you just give me 3 locations that would be significant to Miracle?
So it's going to be primarily the dorm where she spends most of her time when she's doing work. So she lives on campus somewhere. So the university campus as a whole is probably going to be fairly important. The place where she first met Ceres and Tern, I think, like they all like form this group together at some juncture. So that place is going to be important. I will leave that up to Notice to work out details of, and her home back in the Harbour quarter of the city, where she grew up with her parents.
Okay, so yep, Carys and Tern, I'll let you work out which of those you want to sort of investigate first, and we'll go back to Miracle. So, Miracle, you're in the sewers.
I don't like it here. It never ends up good when I'm down here.
Yeah, there's a bit less detail than there is in the actual city, and what you know here is like the sewers of the city. Obviously, this is an old city, so a lot of the sewers were at one point streets that were built over, partially paved over to create sewers. So there's actually a surprising amount of space here. and you sort of resent it a bit because it's wasted space. More could be done with it, but
It's fine. It's infrastructure. Infrastructure is important. It's just excessive, is all.
okay. And
Needs modernising.
as you're sort of walking along here in these low poly sewers, you actually see something a little disturbing. A corpse.
That's no. Normally, people don't. No, not even in like cemetery sketches. No, that's someone is here and messing with my mind. Someone is here and messing with my mind. Someone is here and messing with my mind. Okay, what is the corpse?
Okay. It's a very familiar face indeed. Do I even need to say it?
Yeah, go on. Could be multiple options here.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fair. It's Miracle.
This can't be happening. In flashback, I'm next to a bathtub. Okay, so
10 out of 10 reference.
Right. I know. Okay, so someone is here trying low-grade horror movie bullshit on me. Okay. And yeah, at this point, like Tomorrow Yearns is starting to like make itself known and like push into Miracle's personality. So it's like, okay, fine. Okay, someone is messing with me. Someone is trying to mess with me on my turf. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, you feel a slight pull from Tomorrow Yearns, as if something about this body, this corpse feels familiar in a way you can't put your finger on.
Of course it feels familiar. It's me.
Yeah. Looking at the corpse, basically this facsimile of Miracle's had their neck snapped, but you're not entirely sure what could have happened here. But, moving on.
Moving on and moving out. Like trying to find this place to get straight to, like a manhole back to street level.
Okay, yeah. What do you want to roll to find a way out of here?
What's my consequence of failure finding a way out here?
Pretty obvious. The consequences of failing to find a way out is you're going to be stuck in this area a bit longer. And obviously this is deeper into your psyche and you're a lot more vulnerable here.
Fair enough.
I'll say mechanically you might end up with some desperate rolls.
Fine. What position am I in at the moment?
Risky standard. Unless you want to try something particularly unusual.
Yeah, I'm going to break through most of this stuff. I know it's not real. I know it's my thoughts, and even though it's like conditioned with things I know that should be here and shouldn't be moved, it is fundamentally made out of, at least like visually made out of, acrylic and polylactic acid and MDF and paper and cardboard. Like as pretty as it is, or it's renders on a computer screen. All of those can be ripped apart quite quickly and reformed into something else. So literally physically walking up to part of the environment and tearing into it to form a literal physical hole in reality that I'm going to step through into a different page somewhere else in the city.
Okay, you're just gonna fair enough.
I would like to spend a link to give an extra die for this.
Okay, sounds good.
Kind of probably with like reminiscent of conversations that Miracle and Carys have had about like dream psychology and the things they represent and etc. and how we utilize that in what we do.
I approve. Yeah. I'm also going to push myself for this one to trigger Ex Machina and go Transcendent at this juncture as well.
Okay, so that's an extra die for 2 stress. And did you say you're activating your Transcendence?
Yeah, just to kick someone in so I can do Ex Machina because it's the Transcendent ability.
Okay. Yep, you know, I'll say this is risky standard because transcending actually, you know, it gives you sort of potency, as the game mechanical term is, against sort of dream stuff.
Yeah.
What would you like to roll?
Defy.
Absolutely.
Given it, the way I described it, defy. I get an extra. I'm in risky standard. You say?
Yep, risky standard. You've got
Risky
2 extra
standard,
dice. And Miracle is
Transcendence.
about to defy her worst enemy, herself.
I mean, let's be honest. I've got plenty more worse enemies than myself. I'm falling down the list of people I'm upset about. Needed that transcendence, apparently.
Spicy.
Okay, so yeah, a 6 is a success without any consequences. So,
Yeah.
as you step forward and the pages of Tomorrow Yearn spread across your entire body, you just shove a hand into the side, and it just peels apart like, I guess, like, in fact, I'd say it just peels off like a sticky note, revealing some scaffolding, and you can just step through that and find yourself anywhere you care to be in your mind, really.
Back towards the main building where I saw the person who was made of rope who unraveled themselves. Hopefully they're still around there.
Okay, so as you sort of leave, you see the sort of sewers just sort of de-render into ultra low resolution, and as this happens, you catch a glimpse of something out of the corner of your eye happening to the body. It's definitely something from outside your mind that's here, but you couldn't quite see what it is before you moved on.
May I ask an annoying rules lawyer question?
Go ahead.
Keith, what is the virtue assigned to your avatar?
The virtual assigned to my avatar, Apotheosis and Overthrow.
I have no idea what apotheosis means.
Becoming a god.
To become the ultimate version of what you can be.
Okay, so I guess maybe you can't argue that just no clipping aligned with the virtue such that you clear one stress and mark XP and don't use up the strength. It's part of the avatar thingy that I noticed recently that we had no idea about.
But
yeah,
Overthrow definitely does. Like,
Yeah, I'll accept.
I think this is playing
Yeah.
into
Well,
tomorrow.
You
Yeah.
get
I'll
one
accept
virtue
that.
and 2 desires. The desires do. Wait a minute. Okay, no. The virtue does clear one stress. The desires doesn't use up transcendence track and mark XP.
Cool.
So if it was virtue, you get a different effect than if it was one of the desires. So
My virtue is bright, so don't think it hits there, but it does hit Overthrow. So I guess I get an experience point.
Yep.
and the roll doesn't
And-
use up one of your 4 transcendence rolls, and you get
cool.
XP.
Yay! Thank you, Nolas. Good catch.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yep. So yeah, Miracle. You peel back the sticky notes, find your and you sort of because obviously you've merged with Tomorrow Yearn, you have like encyclopedic knowledge of this. You sort of realise the building you're looking at is basically a block of it's cheap apartments, sort of student digs. So perhaps whoever's watching you lives there or knows someone there. And yeah, you're able to sort of compel yourself there, and you find yourself in the reception, which is completely empty of any humanoid life.
Got to get better at thinking about actual people in a city. Like
Okay.
one part of Miracle says at this juncture, but whilst Tomorrow Yearns is in control, it's entirely like technical drawing. There is little shred of humanity here at the moment. It's all buildings, all what people could think of a ideal city all the time. And unfortunately, Tomorrow Yearns, I don't think understands that it contains people, but some part of Miracle does still.
Okay, we're going to cut to Tern and Carys. So, you've been given your locations. Where are you going to start your search?
I was thinking I actually want to step outside the coffee shop and try to get try to get a start on finding Miracle or some kind of anomaly that will explain things. By just kind of throwing out some low poly birds, as in my avatar Stormcrow. A similar maneuver to what I've done before, but hopefully nobody's playing Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I'll allow that. It'll have limited effect because you're not transcended right now, but you can send out some sort of bird spies. What do you want to use?
Perceive, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. You pushing yourself for taking any poison promises?
Well, my stress track is completely empty, so I think I'll actually just take a 2 stress for another die on this.
Go ahead then.
Hopefully get us off on a better foot.
Yep, so that's going to be risky limited. Yep.
Yeah. Oh. I keep missing the ability to trade position for effect from blades. I like being able to like put a stake onto it. Okay, limited. Not transcendent. 1 bonus die. Well, that's taken a while to go through.
Oh, there we.
Okay,
Come
there we
on,
go.
another 6. Okay, so that's going to be a success without any consequences. Damn it.
Maybe just kind of get a really good look at one of the locations where Miracle isn't, and it's like, okay, we can mark that one off.
Yeah, I'll say one of the birds does a flyby of this building, which is it's a block of student flats. It's now become extremely detailed because Miracle's basically forced herself there. And, you once again catch a glimpse at this figure in the window, which is pretty much the only sort of humanoid entity around here, apart from yourselves.
Weirdo in the window, sorry.
Yeah, and I think maybe because she's, actually inside the building, the bird doesn't quite see her, but it just sort of senses Miracle's presence there as well.
Ooh.
I'll say this fills up the reunited track. And Carys, you actually recognise this apartment because it's actually where it's where your room has been for a couple of years, and 2, it's actually where the party met. Initially.
Yep, I point us towards, like, they're that away. Found an intruder, and I think that's also where Miracle is.
Could I? Okay, we know that Miracle's in the general area. Could I attempt to rush things a little bit to get us to Miracle faster? With that memory and an ability I have by the name of Rewind Return.
Okay, you've been through this timeline at least once before. Flashbacks cost 1 less stress than normal. How did things go wrong the first time?
Yes. So, in what I'm thinking here is sort of flashing back to like a whole other timeline where Miracle was sequestered, separate to the rest of us, and we were unable to reach Miracle in time, who ended up in a face-off with whoever or whatever has done this. Effectively, we end up either losing Miracle or Miracle had to pay some kind of price to get out of it. But knowing the more specific location of where that happened, being able to say, right, yes, now I remember now exactly where we have to go, and I can just fully confidently say, this way, this is where we're going.
Yep, that sounds good for a flashback. So it's one less stress. Let me just double check the guidelines.
I think for flashbacks you get a bit of leeway on what they cost.
Yep. Okay, this feels like a 2 stress flashback, so I'll let you have that for 1 stress.
Yeah. Boop.
Wow. So yeah, you're immediately able to find the, well, you immediately know which building you're looking for, and you're able to sort of rush through it along these sort of plain white, paper perfect streets. They feel a bit weird to walk along, but yeah, they just have you know, about the amount of traction you'd expect a piece of paper to have, whatever that's worth. And you find yourself outside the building. Yep, the first thing you notice is a large pile of corpses, all of which appear to be Miracle.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Well, that's unsettling.
Yeah. Okay, most of these corpses appear to have been sort of mangled in some way, like crushed to death, or yeah. A few of them appear to have been skeletonized, and a couple of them
flayed.
Yeah, a couple of them just have very sort of very red eyes and looks of horror and open mouths. But I'll say you feel a slight, at the back of your mind, you feel a slight twinge of guilt, Carys. And you sort of instinctively recognise these from other timelines.
Some of the low poly storm crows are pecking at them, but I shoo them away.
Yeah, that feels it. In theory, there's nothing wrong with that, but something about that feels very wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so are you proceeding inside the building?
Yes.
Okay, so the corpses are piled pretty high in front of the door, so how are you going to move them?
Ooh. Any ideas, no less? Beyond physically shunting?
Gust of wind? Transcend and do gust of wind kind of a thing, I guess? I can do that.
Yep, if you want to. I'll say you can transcend and try and blow them away. What do you want to roll for this?
Feels like a defy, I think, to me.
I need to remember how more often, because my last roll should have been affected by it.
Oh yeah, of course, because level 1 harms. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. They're easy to forget.
Yep, defy should be fine for this. Do you want to push yourself, take a devil's bargain? I'll say this is risky standard. Consequence if you don't blow them away is there will be some harm involved because of the nature of this obstacle.
I'll just roll with what I have, I think.
Okay, roll away.
Yeah. Well,
oh dear. Okay, so you sort of merge with Stormcrow and start trying to flap your wings and blow these corpses away, and they seem to start sort of moving. Like, obviously, logically, a dead body should be quite heavy, but this is dream logic, and they seem to be blowing away. But as they sort of get buffeted about, the sort of illusion around them fades, and each one sort of turns into a snake. Several of them hiss and bite at Tern, and obviously they don't sort of mark down level 1 harm. What do I call this? Poisoned mind, I guess. As you sort of experience memories of basically these are not your memories, and it's very disconcerting. These are basically memories of Miracle and Carys letting each other down. It's like Carys failing to save Miracle, Miracle failing to save Carys, Carys writing off Miracle and writing off a timeline, Miracle blowing off Carys for studying, and so on and so forth. Like, they aren't directly distressing because, you know, technically it's like they'd probably be a bit more hurtful for Miracle or Carys, so you can you're sort of a neutral party in that respect. But it is really, really sort of weird to have someone else's memories in you like this.
Mm-hmm.
And now this pile of corpses is a tangle of snakes.
What are the I've forgotten the actions I can do to help with that, because I was going to try and do something, but I was like,
Oh, right.
I can't remember how that works.
Okay, so you can resist.
Protect thing.
Yeah,
But,
so
yeah.
you can protect someone by basically taking the consequence onto yourself, and then you can resist it like anything else.
I can't spend a link for any of that though, can I?
No, it's flat out. I think it's just a flat resistance roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be resisting with whichever of the 3 stats Bree decides is most relevant.
That's correct. So what actually are you trying to do here?
Nothing there that I understand what it is. Well, carry on, sorry. Interrupted you for now.
Oh, okay, never mind then. So yep, these snakes bite Tern and fill his mind with confusing and slightly concerning memories. And now there's a pile of snakes in your way instead of corpses.
Especially concerning because these are the people who helped like turn. Well, who helped turn. Why did I name this character this? I can't say the word turn and the name turn next to each other. Like he looks up to the 2 of them, so being hit with memories of them like this is gonna be especially. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. They helped to turn him away from the conspiracy, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what kind of building is this? Are there like perhaps
It's
windows
super-
on like a 2nd floor? I could try
Yeah.
flying.
It's basically a block of apartments.
Myself and Carys up to a window and just kind of break in that way, I suppose.
Yeah. I'll let you do that. I guess you don't actually need to roll because you can just fly up there. How?
Sweet.
Yeah. What sort of floor are you aiming for? Do you just want to go for the 1st floor, 2nd floor, all the way to the roof?
If I know specifically what floor I saw, let me see. Do I want to aim for? When I sensed Miracle here, did I get a particular notion as to what floor, or perhaps that it was the same? That it might have been the same floor as wherever I saw the rope person?
I'll say you only felt Miracle's presence, so you don't know quite where she is in the building. Speaking of, we're going to cut to the foyer.
And that could
Actually, no,
everything for the rope person, but yeah.
Yeah, so before we do that, which floor are you going to sort of go for?
Whichever floor I saw the rope person.
Okay, I'll say that will be the 3rd floor.
Okay.
remembering that we zero index error flaws. So from your perspective, because I believe you're American, that'll be the 4th.
Yeah. Which is the topmost floor.
Yeah.
And and Carys, you'll recognise this as actually where your flat's located, as well as the sort of student dorms, so sort of shared kitchen and such.
Yeah.
And you share that with a few friends, including, of course, Alice. Anyway, we'll cut back to Miracle. So, Miracle, you're in the foyer of this building. What do you want to do?
Apparently there's a lot of snakes out there at the moment, I guess.
Oh yeah, you hear a loud commotion outside, involving a lot of rumbling and a lot of hissing.
Probably not a good thing. But Tomorrow Yearns is driving at the moment, and Tomorrow Yearns is curious, I think it's the way to start with this one. Someone is trying to mess with me on my own turf, and I do not approve of this. Let us go find said pretender now. And we're just going to walk ominously up the stairs and try and find this person.
Okay.
Am I aware that the other two are here, though? Am I vaguely aware that, from presumably the guides that are showing them around and saying, giving them snake facts at this juncture, that part of my subconscious is aware that Ceres and Tern are here?
You might have heard kind of a yelp mingled with the crow's call when Tern got bit.
The study of snakes is known as herpology. This comes from the Latin. Wait, actually, no. I think herpology comes from Greek. This comes from the Greek.
It is not herpetology. Also, is that not frogs?
It's reptiles in general.
Also, presumably, I hear like part of my subconscious say that a family of crows is called a murder. It's like, oh, Tern must be here. Either way, like heading upstairs to try and find the person who shouldn't be here. These two are unusual, but that's fine. I expect them to be here occasionally. It's the person who's tried to throw me into a sewer and shot me with corpses of myself that needs dealing with.
Yeah. What do you want to roll to track them down? And what's the point of getting the upper hand here? Consequences of failing this roll are going to be that they'll get the drop on you.
Well, this building wasn't always student dorms. Before that, it was a place that was burnt down in maybe like 40 years ago during like an electrical accident.
Oh.
Let's cause some problems and think about the way it was like that and gut this building from the inside out.
Oh wow!
As fire consumes it like in a blaze and transforms it very quickly, presumably knocking the floor out from underneath a few people in this building. I'm on the ground floor. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. As the
presumably
ominous
though,
Latin choir kicks in.
Presumably, though, the thing I'm rolling here is to make sure that Tern and Carys aren't caught in the way of this.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be your main priority.
Yeah, and at this juncture, because it's Miracle acting behind Tomorrow Yearns to ensure that, let's keep our friends safe during all of this, please. There's going to be a dealing with empathize here, which is a skill I'm not trained in, which is going to be great.
Okay, do you want to push yourself, take a poison promise? Want anyone to spend a link?
I mean, I don't get to say if someone spends a link. They get to say if they spend a link.
Yeah. Anyone want to spend a link here?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Cool. I'm assuming the consequences of this is going to be problems for those two, which I will resist if it comes to that. But
I'll say
I'll
stick with.
So sure to get the.
Sorry, I'll stick with my original sort of slant on the roll. Basically, if you fail this roll, the consequence is probably going to be that the intruder is going to turn this to their advantage somehow.
Fair.
I'll say, because you've set the whole place on fire, it's now going to be desperate standard.
Well, that's rude. Whilst I'm in. Yeah,
well,
sure, fine.
I'll make it desperate great because, to be fair, it is very cool.
Okay, desperate,
XP.
great then. Desperate. Great. I am transcendent. I am getting no bonus dice. Because if this all goes wrong, I'm resisting this and I need the stress. Cool, let's resist this, shall we? Let's resist the downsides.
Okay, so, Tern and Carys, as you enter a window, you suddenly feel the floor literally disappear beneath your feet and catch ablaze. Above you, a figure. You see a figure sort of, the floor above, ceiling above you also sort of burns away. And you see a figure who was, it seemed, had moved to the roof. And now you've got a clear view of this figure as flames start flickering. This is a... Yeah. So you could see they were sort of vaguely humanoid, and now you can see that they're basically made up entirely of snakes. The figure sort of looks at Tern, Welkin, and focuses on Carys. And for a second you feel like they're about to say something or make some sort of move. But then obviously all of you fall to the floor below. Miracle, you're about to start storming up the stairs and you see them all falling down. And
Okay, can I say that? Oh, sorry.
This figure locks eyes with you. And basically makes a dive as they sort of turn into a pile of large snakes, which all leap at you fangs bared. Level 2 harm. Failed Carys. As you get as they bite into you and you're just injected with memories of all the way in various timelines of how you sort of let the Carys down and just generally things go bad.
I would like to burn my armor for this.
Okay, what does this look like?
So this snake leaps down the stairs at this juncture, and I think there is just a flutter of like flame, ash, burnt paper, and suddenly like there is just like the gutted out like ruins of the thing. It's not on fire anymore, and tomorrow you enter just like blocked like the thing into the arm, but it's like around a sheath full of like paper, library things, like photographs of Carys and Miracle together, like Polaroids, and they just like swooped away very, very quickly.
Okay, yep. So you block the snake's
I
blow.
burnt my armor on this one.
Okay. Yeah, and everyone sort of lands in a... So the snake figure is deflected. Everyone but Miracle lands in a crumpled heap on the floor. And as you're sort of picking yourself up, the sort of bundle of snakes sort of slowly reforms into a humanoid figure again, turns towards Carys, and a face sort of peeks out from under them. It's
I'm
Alice.
gonna recognise. Yeah, there it is. I knew it.
Huh.
Carys is gonna stand up slowly, straight back, roll the shoulders, look at her, be like, "What happened, Alice? Why this? How did they get to you?"
Okay, what do you want to roll to get through to her?
Express.
Okay. Do you want to push yourself? Take a devil... sorry, wrong game. Take a poison promise. And does anyone want to suspend a link?
I'll push. I'm pushing just because it's something that the character would do.
Okay.
I think this seems like a good spot to spend the link with Carys.
Okay. What does this link you're spending look like? How does it sort of help Carys here?
I wasn't sure if we had to roleplay using links or not.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Character-wise, I don't know that this is exactly Tern's spot to like butt in.
Fair enough.
It could be a memory as well, mind. Like, it doesn't have to be anything or nothing.
It could just be a memory Carys has of with Tern that helps her in this particular moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so risky, standard, 2 bonus dice, right?
Yep. Risky standard, 2 bonus dice, and the consequences for failing this. Okay.
Sorry, I was a little bit hasty.
That's fine. Yep, so that's success with consequence. So Alice sort of stares at you. A few more of the snake shift, revealing her entire face. She pauses and thinks for a minute and says, "Look, all you have to do is just forget about this, forget about everything. Stay away from Miracle. She's bad news. We both know that." And she lunges at you and tries to have one of the snakes bite you, which is going to deal level 1 harm. Let down Miracle. As it basically injects you with memories of you sort of failing to help Miracle and vice versa, which sort of line up with sort of your own sort of memories of different timelines. It seems that she's got something very similar going on here, but not quite the same.
I would like to try and protect Carys
before we get too far ahead, because we've only just gone past the moment where they've all happened. But my level 1 harm of guilt would have applied to the Alice roll, right?
Oh yeah, it would have. I believe level 1 harm is reduced effect.
Yes.
So it becomes risky.
Limited. Yeah.
Yeah, limited. So yeah,
does that change anything like immediately as we understand it, or?
I'll say nothing immediate. She's probably a bit less. I'll say she's probably going to be a bit hard to bring round if you try that approach. But I don't think she should have volunteered less information than she has now.
Okay, cool. Nolas, you were saying something.
Yeah, can I roll resist to protect Carys from this attack?
Absolutely. So by basically what you've done is you've taken this consequence onto yourself. So effectively you've taken the harm. What are you doing to resist?
Maybe I suppose it's trying to I'll try and blow it off course. That didn't work last time, but maybe it will this time. I was gonna say just tank it, but I remember that there is another option that I've used before, which is just try and blow the attack off course.
Okay. Normally,
or maybe combined with like jumping in front of it and also trying to knock it off course. Deflect it.
I'm gonna call this Moon because technically the consequences are from despair and heartbreak. Like, obviously this is Dreamscape, so everything's abstract. So yep, if you want to roll Moon to resist.
Ooh, that's my weak stat.
I will spend a link to help you with that.
I don't know that those can be spent on resist rolls.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
It just says +1d to allies action, so I figured.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not technically sure resist rolls count as actions, but who cares? Oh, okay.
Not that you needed it.
Yep. So yeah. You've rolled 6, so you don't take any stress from doing this. You just hop in. You just jump in the way and completely deflect the attack.
It's crits that reduce stress as a bonus, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You need 2 6s for that.
Can I argue that I get one that I lose 1 stress anyway because of the bravery virtue? Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I was just trying to just take it on the chin, maybe that would have kind of better for bravery rather than jump in front of it, and also deflect it.
I'll say, yep, you're transcended, so yeah, I'll say, yep, you can have that.
Okay. So yeah, it's only had 2. That's a bit greedy of me. Okay.
Gotta take the wins where you can get them.
Yep.
So yeah, Tern's deflected this attack, but she's not backing down in any way. She's sort of alternating between looking to giving Carys a pleading look and glaring at Miracle.
Going to let Carys drive this scene, because if Tomorrow Yearns drives it, things are probably not going to look good for Alice, and that seems like a bad thing. No, I think there's that energy from Tomorrow Yearns at this juncture.
Yeah. Like half the room, by the way, looks like it completely gutted by fire. The other half is just on fire as it was before the fire. Before this was the fire sort of concluded, if that makes sense.
Part of it is also being reconstructed. There is drywall going up. Clearly, this is a place that Miracle saw while she was growing up, so has walked past it every day, and so saw a time lapse of this place being constructed.
Yeah, I guess sort of Miracle sort of concentrated on it for a bit to sort of revert it, but now it's sort of in a state of flux. So it's constantly burning down, being gutted, and being rebuilt around you.
Okay. Carys is going to walk to place herself between Miracle and Alice and say, please don't push this, because you know my principles will not allow me to let you do whatever they have asked you to do to Miracle. Just nobody, none of us have to lose here. I mean, you could look at what you can do. You know what we can do. Just everybody walks away. We talk about this when we've all woken up. Please. I'm begging you.
Okay. What do you want to roll for this?
Confess.
Okay. I'm going to say it's going to be desperate. I'll say you can have stand effect because yeah, that was pretty heartfelt, so it would have had a great effect if it wasn't for the harm. Do you want to push yourself? Accept a poison promise, or does anyone want to donate a link?
I am out of links, unfortunately.
I'd like to take stress to help the regular way.
Yep. If you want to assist, that's just 1 stress.
Yeah.
Do we have any ideas on what the poison promise would be? Because I'm thinking I might take it. In fact, I'm thinking I'll probably take it, but I'm not sure what it would be.
Like I said, it isn't always easy to think of one that wouldn't just like negate the
So-
point of the role.
What I'd offer is basically I'll let you create a new NPC between this session and the next, and I'll basically represent a another friend, a mutual friend of Carys' analysis, who basically ends up completely pushed away as a result of this.
Another adversary.
Yeah.
Oh.
And ends up as a fully paid up member of the conspiracy.
Yeah. So desperate, standard.
Yep.
Not transcendent yet, because I'm trying to avoid that thing. One from the poisoned, one from Tern. So that's 2 extra dice.
Yep.
Oh my.
Okay. Yep, and don't forget you've earned some XP there.
Yeah, I've already ticked it off, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yep, 5 is success with a consequence. So, Alice looks at you, and she looks as if she's considering your offer, but she doesn't quite seem like she's convinced. But well, I'm not the only one in there. What if they look? And then she sort of lashes out. This will be level 2 harm. Similarly,
Yep.
let down miracle. Do you want to resist it?
No, I think I'll just take it, actually.
Okay, that's level 2 harm. As you're flooded with memories of every single timeline where you failed to stop Miracle from dying.
That was level 2, you said, yeah?
Yep, level 2.
Grit my teeth. Like, didn't need a reminder. I remember already, thanks.
But it does partially succeed, yes. Yeah, there's a consequence, but it does stick.
Yeah. Yeah. She is sort of coming round, but she's not stopped fighting yet.
Alice, is this what it's going to be? Is this it? Is this it? This is. Oh, I'm struggling with the words. Deep breath. Now, you know things you shouldn't know. You remember things you shouldn't remember. You know from that I'm not going to stop. Are we fighting or are you stopping?
She looks at
And
you.
at that point, while she's considering her reply, I'm going to transcend.
Okay, so yep, you end up overlaid with all of the manifold versions of
Yep.
Carys. Do you have any sort of relevant transcendent abilities here, or?
Ooh, there's a good question. No. Not yet.
Okay. So as you do this in front of her, she her eyes widen. She turns pale, but she sort of brings the snakes back over her face. She's still undecided.
Can turn
Tern.
step forward and say something.
Go ahead.
You may not be the only person that the conspiracy has control over, but you wouldn't be the only person who's managed to leave it either. You wouldn't be alone. We have more allies, and we have allies that that have managed to get out, that are managing to pull out from under them.
Okay, this is good. What do you want to roll for it?
I'm thinking, well, express or defy, same dots. Defy maybe because I'm kind of trying to break her out of the mindset of this is the only option that she has. Basically adding there are other options, even though they go to such lengths to make sure it looks like there aren't any.
I'll say confess is probably more relevant, but as you said, they're the same value. We'll call
Confess
this...
I have no dots in.
I'll say confess. You can have standard effects. Defy I'll allow, but it'll have limited effects. I'll say
Confess and I'll push myself then, I suppose.
okay, cool. So take 2 stress and roll away.
Oh, and
Sorry, go on.
I suppose I'll check for a poison promise if there's one.
Poison promise. This new NPC Enfys needs to come up with later will specifically be an enemy of you.
Causing a lot of collateral damage here.
Yep.
If I do, that will take me to 2 dice.
Yep, that'll be 2 extra dice for a 2 total.
I'll take it.
Okay, roll away then.
Risky standard?
Yep, risky standard.
Transcendent, yes. Bonus dice 2.
Yay!
Oh, okay, that's a success without any complications. I feel like
And
it's giving me way too many of these.
Can I quickly bring back the avatar mechanic thingy?
Yep.
I'm trying to stress to Alice that that she to just like to use these words extremely on purpose, trying to convince her that she has agency and can escape the conspiracy. So trying to align with the desires of my avatar of Stormcrow, which would mean that the action doesn't use up Transcendence track and Mark's XP.
You can have the XP and you can keep this Transcendence track.
Yeah.
That actually pops Moon for me. I'm gonna, obviously it doesn't count for this roll, but I think I'd better put this dot in confess because I keep having to use it.
Okay, so Alice sort of lowers basically all the snakes around her head, sort of like she's removed a very slithery helmet. She sort of appears to get a bit shorter, but I think Carys would specifically know that this is basically just her normal height, so she's not just sort of having snakes levitate her off the floor right now. She thinks for a moment. Wait, but as long as you're associating with Miracle, they won't leave you alone. Even if I leave, what does that mean? She looks at Miracle.
I'm gonna approach her, and then step slightly to the side to make sure Miracle's still in full view. Take Alice's hand, hold out a hand towards Miracle.
Yeah, holding a bundle of snakes, by the way.
That's fine. And the overlapping imageries of all of the different versions of Carys are going to gradually sort of meld into themselves to become something similar to what everybody saw when we visited Uncle Jack. It's a less stern looking Carys, you know, a little bit of a playful smile about it, colourful dress. Hair done up in a long braid, and she says, "We get to choose. We get to decide for ourselves what we be and where we take our futures. They don't get to decide the fate of us or our city."
Okay, she looks you in the eye. What do you want to roll for this?
I mean, gotta be confessed, right?
Gotta be confessed.
Doing this is Alice. It's all confess.
All confess all the time.
Bearing in mind, this will still be. Would this, because I'm including Miracle in this, does this include the level 2 harm, or is it still just the level 1?
Right. So, level 2 harm is
reduced by 1 die.
yeah. So
It should be the second dice, I guess.
yeah. So yeah, I'm afraid you are going to get reduced effect, and you're going to miss a die.
Oh,
But it's still a 6.
I will push.
There's- Oh, it's the wrong dice roll.
Yeah, I've noticed this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to push yourself, take 2 stress and add an extra die.
Yep. What's the position?
I'll say this is risky limited. Like, you're on the verge of something here, but obviously because you've got your sort of doubts clouding your judgment at the moment, you need to choose your words very carefully.
Transcendent, yes. Did I have any bonus? Yes, because I pushed myself. But also reduced by 1 because of the thing.
Yeah, so pushing yourself basically offsets that missing die.
Right, okay.
Oh
no!
That's not good. That's not good at all.
I tried, I really did.
Okay, so she jerks her hand away, and she just sort of holds her breath for a minute, as if trying to psych herself up for something. And then she says, "Look, if you won't stay away from her, I'll have to take her away from you." And she's just going to lunge at Miracle.
Oh, let this happen. This is going to be fun.
Oh,
And-
question.
I would love to not. I love protecting people.
Yeah, you
Would-
can stop it. Yeah.
Would you say my whole spiel applied to desires for agency?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. Then I will do the thing.
Oh, that's one of your desires too, huh? Cool.
Control and agency.
Yeah. And she basically just jump tackles Miracle and screams, "I'm going to show you the worst you can be." And a couple of snakes just crawl around and bite into Miracle. Take level 2 harm. What would this be called?
Does Miracle already have level 2 harm? We're getting
I had level 1 harm because I used armor on the last one. Last bunch of level 2 harm I was going to get.
I forgot about armor again.
Well, we'll just call this failed Carys. And
I
basically,
already have that at level 1.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, because
Well,
I used armor to block the last one.
Oh yeah, of
I
course.
mean, you could upgrade it, right?
What we call this then?
Just physical harm is fine for this one, right?
Yeah, we'll just call it physical harm. Well, we'll treat it
Just
as
snake
physical
bites.
harm. Yeah, just
Can
call
I
it
jump in the
snake
way
bite.
and can I jump in the way regardless?
Yeah, you can. So obviously you're protecting Miracle, so you've taken the harm onto yourself. So that's level 2 harm to you. Snake bite.
I roll to resist.
Yep. We'll call this Sun because it's resisting physical harm.
Okay. Don't currently get bonus dice for doing that.
Okay, so that's 2 stress. And it's only level 1 harm, snake bite. Basically, her intention was to sort of just inject, get so many memories into Miracle it's overwhelming. But obviously the snake itself is doing a lot more sort of physical damage there, so that's the more pressing issue.
I'm not the one who's so far away, etc. More songs, sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, she's yeah. If you want to sort of bring her around, you're probably going to have to try again. Or you could just fight her.
It's time for me to start trying to throw someone out of my dream at this juncture. So, I've been watching for the past minute or so while Carys has tried to talk Alice down, and it's not gone particularly well, but I've got an idea of her movements. And as she's sending snakes to bite at Tern, I am swiftly sidestepping through. There's just a flurry of paperwork and going straight for her and barreling her through the walls and out somewhere else. As like paper just rips and tears and shreds all around us as I do so.
Okay. Yep, very shonen. What do you want to roll for this?
This is purely going to be on the side of Express. It is me using my environment against her.
Okay. We'll call that risky.
Yep, can't.
Yep, risky standard. I'll say because
Okay.
this is your mind and you're transcended, it would be great, but I think your level 1 harm's going to reduce effect.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to push myself for this one.
Yep. Take 2 stress, add an extra die.
Right. Risky standard. I am transcendent. Off we go.
Yep. So that's a 5 success with a failure, with a consequence.
With minor. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty minor.
The intent is to separate her from everything at this juncture and start to boot her from my dream.
Okay, so yep, you basically smash out of the apartment and into the plain white streets. The snakes around her sort of recede slightly before pushing back as you basically manage to sort of injure her avatar, for want of a better word, which loosens her sort of infiltration into the dream. But it doesn't quite immediately kick her out. She sort of lands, and you sort of land. How do you sort of land here? Do you just want to sort of pile drive her into the ground, or do you just want to knock her down?
Oh, it's not the ground anymore. We've skipped through so many pages of the plans were on a rooftop somewhere at this juncture, so it's somewhere on the asphalt on top of this roof. And I'm levitating like 5 inches off the surface.
Okay. Yep, so Carys and Tern, Miracle's just smashed into her and carried her off to a roof somewhere far away.
It's like close by, but it's enough to like separate them from doing any harm to you two.
Okay. So, yep, you sort of slam her into this roof and just float there ominously. She slowly gets to her feet. A snake slithers out of her eyes and she just fixes you with a glare.
This is what you wanted?
I will be following as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
Same.
No,
Can you
my
fly,
friends will
or am I carrying
Yeah.
us both over there?
Yeah, Tern, you can obviously carry Carys. I don't know if you want to, if this is a sort of pick up in the claw sort of deal, or if Carys is going to hop on your back or what, but yeah.
I mean, I'm glad to say like carrying the claws, maybe even like a Dark Souls 1 style if Carys is sitting still for that, or just picking her up.
Okay, so while this is happening, Alice is going to glare at Miracle, and she just spits and says, "Why did you take my best friend from me?" This is all your fault.
My fault. My fault. I'm not the one who invaded my dream, filled it full of snakes and dead bodies.
Well, that wasn't my idea. And you think I had a choice? This way everyone gets what they want. I get my best friend back. They leave me alone. You get to play with your paper alone, like you should be. Like everyone knows who you are. You're just a weirdo. You hide away, read your books, hang out with the alky.
You are talking about my friend there. Tiny bit of miracle shows through tomorrow years there. And more
Yeah,
importantly, you are ruining so much this pattern. You have a choice now to leave before things get very, very violent.
Okay, what do you want to roll to intimidate her?
I'll express.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go for forgive for that one. Defy also works, but they're both the same dice.
Yeah, but I'll allow defy or express.
Let's go defy for this one.
Yeah, I'll say this isn't really sort of like you're just being aggressive here, so I don't think guilt would come in. If anything, guilt's going to help, so I won't reduce effects. We'll call this
However,
risky
I am
standard.
pushing myself to definitely cause some problems here. As just the
Okay.
entire environment is just hostile to the concept of anyone else being here.
Okay.
As everything starts to swallow everyone up at this juncture.
Okay, we'll call this risky great then.
Yep, that's two.
Actually, no.
That's two to push.
Wait, do you say everyone?
Oh yeah, this is like pure this is pure transcendence ability of control of my dream here.
Okay, desperate great as the entire dream becomes complete and utter, just becomes complete pandemonium.
Yeah, give it.
Hostile architecture to the max.
Yeah, desperate.
Like, yeah,
Great.
like bits of the streets are just ripping up and floating. Buildings have spikes on them. Benches have those weird, those weird tilting benches so people can't sleep on them.
Is there any other bonus dice from links here? Enfys.
Do I still have a link on you, actually? I do! Yeah, go on, have a link.
Yes.
That's an
Okay.
extra die.
Let's go. That's a 6.
Spicy.
Okay,
That's
that's a
experience
success.
points.
Okay, so
I think
as
they're the
Ca-
ones. Yeah, I think given that she's prone to putting down a load of corpses at the moment, I think I'm putting down a load of statues.
of miracle law.
Oh, of multiple people. Like there's some of Terrace, there's some of Carys, there's some of Tern. There's some of everyone that I think Alice knows and none of Alice.
Okay, so she just sort of takes all this in, and after a beat, the she starts collapsing into a puddle of snakes. But instead of just sort of disappearing as you've seen before, she just sort of she's just sort of stood slightly crouched in amongst them as they dissipate, as she basically breaks transcendence. And as Carys and Tern show up, you can basically see her looking at Miracle as Tomorrow yearns and say, just show me the door and stay away from me.
I think when Carys gets here, I'm going to also drop Transcendence as well.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be adversarial, and you don't need to worry about Carys. Clearly they care about you a lot.
Okay, I think before this wraps up, just one last roll, and this will decide, if she's sort of, if she ends up completely alienated from Carys or not.
Oh no.
No pressure.
Oh no. Yeah, no pressure.
Unless
I'm
anyone
going to roll
roll
forgive.
this.
Yeah, I'll roll forgive for this one.
Okay, forgive sounds good.
I'm helping.
An extra one. Yeah, I'm also. It's when you exceed your stress, isn't it? Not when you hit. It's only one, isn't it?
Yeah, you
But
can
it's
fill
when
your bar.
Multiple people.
I can feel my bar. Yeah.
You're on about the eclipse roll, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm in danger of eclipse, not hitting.
Hang on,
eclipse yet.
hang on. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Where's the button? Where's the share button on that? It's not. Okay, I'll copy paste it. Copy.
Oh, when you reach or exceed, you make the
Oh,
roll.
fun.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're both gonna
game's
vote.
right off
This
if you
is
count people.
perfect
Yay.
Okay.
because I've just reached my limit as well. But what Carys really wants to just succeed. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm giving myself a dice. I'm getting an extra dice from this as well.
Multiple people aren't able to do the assist thing. I guess we have to all agree to make it a group action if we're doing group action. So I guess that probably not doing
We
that.
could do group action instead.
Yeah.
Group action works.
I forget
me just
those
double
work.
check
Oh,
the,
those
uh,
also give stress though.
I don't
give
even know what
stress, yeah.
group action is.
Let's see if they're in this version of the game.
They
There's
are
occasional
page 49 of the
replays.
rule book. I'm just
Neat.
looking up the rules. Oh, yeah, so
For everybody
teamwork.
that roll,
Teamwork.
one person leads it, and for every 1 to 3 rolled, the leader takes 1 stress.
Yep.
Everybody makes their own roll.
Yeah, everyone makes their own roll. The leader takes stress.
Guess I'm leading for this one then.
You have to save
Okay,
his
then
blade, so
I will
So yeah, don't spend your stress.
Make more
Stress
sense
then.
if you do,
Yeah.
but I have stress left. And I'm still in Transcendent, so I would get the 50-50 shot.
Okay.
What were we
You want to lead
rolling?
a turn? Forgive.
yeah.
If y'all are
So-
cool with that.
Yep.
Yeah, so group roll, same rules as blades. Someone's the leader. Everyone rolls. You take the best result, and the leader takes stress for everyone who failed the roll.
I guess for the sake of checking how much. I mean, I don't know if it's metagaming. It's stuff that's like just on our sheet. Who has the most stress left? I have 3 left.
2.
1.
Okay, I guess it is me then.
All right. Forgive then.
Okay. So is Tern leading this, or?
Yeah, Tern's leading.
Okay, Tern's
Yeah.
leading. Everyone roll forgive them, please.
Is that risky
Keep
standard?
it-
Just normal, yeah.
Yeah, just a normal roll.
Transcendent, yes. Bonus dice not applicable, I don't think.
So
Okay.
2 passes so far, and you've got a
2
6.
passes.
All pass.
Oh no, I think Tern. Yeah.
Oh,
Tern
0
trolls-
dice.
I got
Yeah,
five.
rolling's it. Yeah, so that's a 3 for Tern.
So that's 1 failure.
Oh yeah,
but we get
0
6
dice.
overall.
Oh. Okay. Well, I only took 1 stress though, so that's still good.
Yeah, 1 stress.
Yay.
Okay,
But
dodged
yeah,
it.
the highest result was a 4, which is a success with a consequence. So Alice is going to look at Carys, look at Miracle, look at Tern, and look away. She doesn't say anything. For a moment, but then as she sort of turns as if to leave, she says, "I'll tell them everything. Maybe that'll be enough." And before anyone can say anything else, she's faded out of the dreamscape.
Yeesh.
But yep, Miracle has successfully removed the intruder from her mind.
Yay.
You sort of leaving the dream at this point, or are you just going to sort of hang around for a bit?
Carys vanishes like it's in an eerily sort of quick and silent sort of manner. It's just gone.
Okay,
I think
Tern,
You should probably
Miracle.
leave as well, Tern.
Sorry?
You should probably go as well, Tern. I'll be here. I'll be out in a bit.
Okay. I guess, yeah. Untranscends and finally leaves too.
I think Miracle stays for a bit, looking at this, the entirety of the city at this juncture, and manifests a version of Tomorrow Yearns in front of her and says, "We need to talk about how that was handled," before it fades out on her.
Yeah, you just hear the rustling of pages, and what passes for a head on Tomorrow Yearns just sort of tilts slightly in confused agreement.
Yeah, Miracle will wake up in a bit, but yeah, there's going to be a nice conversation between those two, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, Carys and Tern, as you both wake up, you actually see there's a 4th person at the table.
I know. Saying.
That's fine. They haven't done anything. They're just here with us.
Yeah.
Who is this 4th person, and is it Alice?
It's not Alice. It's the dusty boots and ragged jacket of Welkin,
Oh,
Miracle's mentor, who's just casually sort of sitting on there. So obviously there's the booth with the benches, and she's just sort of sat on the half sat, half leaning on the table, sipping a coffee. She glances backwards as you both stare, but doesn't say anything.
Carys wakes up already tear-stricken. Like, there's been some degree of upset that has been visible, even like to the physical self. And as she takes a moment to compose herself, and Tern also comes to, she'll eventually get around to saying to Tern, "Make sure Miracle's okay," and then just leaves. Doesn't even finish the hot chocolate. It's just gone.
Yeah. Welkin sort of shifts aside so you can get out. And she just sort of stares pensively at Miracle. And after a beat, she looks at Tern. Is she okay? I said, is she okay?
I think she will be.
Well, just here to confirm the kill. And she just sort of waits there until Miracle starts stirring and then leaves.
That's fascinating.
What the hell does that mean? Jesus.
It's entirely possible she's drunk. Yeah.
I mean, Alice
yeah.
did call her an algae, so.
Okay. So yeah. Tern, do you want to do anything before Miracle wakes up? Say anything to Welkin? Go after Carys?
Other than sweat bullets, I can't think of anything for him to do.
Okay. That's fine. Yep. So yeah. Miracle.
Miracle.
As you
Waking up
sort of,
slowly.
yeah, as you come to, you just sort of catch a glimpse of your mentor leaving, and you see Tern, but no Carys.
One problem at a time. One problem at a time. Is Carys okay, Tern?
Hard to say.
Okay, we're going after them.
Yeah.
Okay, this would have only been a couple of minutes. Where would Carys have disappeared to?
This is an aimless, like, power walk. Just like it's a panic state of mind sort of thing. So nowhere specific in mind, because she doesn't know where Alice is right now. But after a couple of minutes of just picking a direction and going, would be trying to call Alice again. But yeah, it is nowhere in particular that's being looked for.
Okay, so your phone, so you dial Alice's number, and basically, whereas last time you tried calling her, it just rang out. This time the call's rejected.
Gosh, I immediately try again.
Once again, the call's rejected.
Just I'm gonna try a third time, but that's it, and it's going to be rejected again. I know.
Yeah. At this, on the third rejection, Tern and Miracle are able to catch up with you.
I think she needs a minute, but we can get back to her.
Carys, just ignoring you at this juncture. Carys,
Carys puts her hand up, just like in a you know when somebody's like just be quiet but non-verbally, just sort of hand up one finger, sort of not quite pointing, like no, like sort of very much the silently telling you to not go there.
Yeah, like the 1 minute gesture.
Yeah.
does Miracle have the social awareness to understand that this is a thing that she can't push? Carys, we're going to find her. We're going to make it okay. All right?
She anytime she's part of it, I can't lose her again, Miracle.
Okay. We'll go find her.
She wasn't
We'll go find her, okay?
Cow starts storming back towards the university.
Okay, as you start storming off, Carys, your phone does beep.
Is it Alice?
Yep, it's a text message. 2 words. I'm safe. Lowercase with a full stop.
Is that normal for her?
I'd say you'd know that lowercase is sort of her normal sort of typing. The full stop is probably there for effect.
Okay, no, it's fine. As long as it's within the pattern of how Alice would normally text, then we're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably known her long enough that she's, while she doesn't want to talk to you, she does want to reassure you that she's not in immediate danger.
The reply she gets from Carys is, "Okay, I'm sorry."
After about, I don't know. I guess if as we sort of end this, Miracle and Tern are probably following not too far behind you as you walk along, and after a minute of walking, the text is marked as read, but there's no reply.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll leave it.
Rude.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the session.
Hooray! We did it.
Question mark.
Da,
So yeah,
da, da.
how'd you all find that?
Alice, why? Feels.
That was a bit more.
Feels.
Yeah, I was trying to make that a bit more stressful than usual, so sorry about all the dents there.
It's all
Your friend
good.
invaded my dream, Enfys. Your friend invaded my dream.
I was very ready to get in between you both and go into eclipse to prevent you fighting.
Yeah, I know.
It was so close.
I gave everyone the options to stop it from happening until I had said, well, I've now got to step in. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because my avatar is a jerk. If people haven't noticed.
Yeah, it is. Damn.
You know, if I had had to use that last transcendence action to get in between you both, that would have been my last transcendence action.
This is fun.
I'd have done it and immediately just lost transcendence and been like, okay,
We have
I'm
fun
doing
here.
this old school. But yeah, no, that was amazing. That was very cool.
You do get okay. So with the avatar, you do get some free transcendence actions if they align with the virtue.
Yes.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Although I
Not the
suppose,
virtue,
yeah,
the
that
desires.
would
Okay.
that would
No,
that would trying
they're
to
different things.
control the situation would probably align with that, to be honest.
The desires give you the free transcendence
Yeah.
action. The virtue just clears one stress. The desires give you a free transcendence action and doesn't use up. It doesn't use the transcendence action marker.
I don't think that even specifically applies to transcendence either. I think it always applies, right?
I think it does. Yeah. I think it always applies.
Okay, we're getting better and better
again.
remembering these things, so that's good.
Anyhow.
But yeah, good job, Brie. That was, I could. That was a little bit of more of an emotional toll than any other session so far.
Oh, okay then. Hopefully in a good way.
Yes. Oh no, absolutely. Love that. Let's do it again.
Also,
yeah.
Emphys, thank you for going to bat for Daydreamers. We needed every ounce of that bonus stress that we had.
I know the benefit of small, consistent number boops.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's just handle the Fallout roll then.
Ooh, XP. Oh, Fallout.
Yep. Fallout, adversary track. Then you can have XP.
Yeah.
I think it's rude to give us Fallout from this. That's
Yeah.
particularly
I was wondering if there was still a Fallout phase, but I was scared to ask.
Okay. So I believe you're at tier 2 for Fallout. Is that right?
Yes. Conspiracy
Yep,
tier
adversary
2.
Yeah. Okay. And I believe it's a roll for every
D6, I believe. Was it a number of D6?
Oh, equal to the current investigation tier.
it's free.
Yep. So I'm gonna roll a 3. I believe you haven't taken away any of the penalties, so it's going to be one slot worse. So, tier 2. That is a 5.
Okay, so if it's a slot worse, does that mean it automatically upgrades to a 6?
I guess so. The dream bleeds into the waking world.
It goes
Oh
downwards.
dear.
Because worse is 1 to 3, right?
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is conspiracy acts on its agenda.
Yeah, that's right, actually. The conspiracy acts on its agenda.
Conspiracy doing something. They already did something this session.
Yeah, but you don't know
They
what
can't be
their overall
allowed to keep
agenda
getting
is.
away with this.
Yeah.
You can't.
As you all sort of walk back past the cafe again, you see a new drink's being advertised. Some sort of herbal tea. It's probably nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nothing. Going to prove how much not nothing that is.
Okay. And with that, let's see. Adversary track. So, let's see. That's one segment just because of a session happened. Did the adversary's agenda move forward?
Nope.
Nope, I'll say no because...
Okay.
Oh, okay, go on.
I was wondering because we were mixed on the success with Alice.
Yeah.
And if we're not, but I suppose it wasn't directly to do with the agenda of the conspiracy's wider agenda anyway. They were just trying to put a stop to us, which they failed at. So I guess it's kind of more like status quo. It's been maintained.
They didn't really sort of basically the goal here would have been trying to drive a rift between the team and maybe if not stop you investigating, at least make you less effective at it. So I don't think they've really succeeded there.
Close though.
Somebody's creating a new NPC in the conspiracy, but I imagine that's more of a retcon than something that
Yeah,
happened.
we'll do.
Yeah.
That's something we deal with after the session, I think.
We'll do that between sessions. Because it's, of course, getting late, and I'm sure we all need to either sleep or do something else. Let's see. But on the other hand, it looks like a new drink's been released, so I'll say that's a tick on the adversary track after all.
I'm assuming you're marking these, Brie.
I should be marking these, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Apologies to anyone watching the stream right now, because I've had to open it to break it. So that's 2 ticks on the conspiracy. No one fell into Eclipse or died or defected. I mean,
It was close, but no one died.
In spite of GM's best efforts.
we'll say that this new character defected off screen, so it doesn't technically count. And did you become close to your destiny as established in the series creation?
Yes.
Question mark.
What was the destiny again? Just like freeing the city?
Let me scroll down. It should be here somewhere.
It's right at the bottom. There's a downward spiral. Is the worst result, or there is a new wave of free thinking. Is the ideal. So I think towards a downward spiral, possibly. Despite the fact we did well, something bad is happening.
Yeah, I'll call that another
Things
tick.
spiraling.
Actually, no, I think I'll leave it. Yeah, I think I'll call that neutral. You know, no, I'll say it's spiraling. There are ways for you to reduce the conspiracy track if you want to, I believe.
I don't know if there is.
I will look into it.
Oh, well, yeah. That's that sorted out anyway. Let's do XP.
Okay. I'll go through mine then, since I found my sheet.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There we are. Okay, so I've marked on my Desperate Action XP already. At the end of the session, for each item below, mark 1 or 2, depending if it came up multiple times or not. Address the challenge with knowledge or subtlety. Not much in the way of subtlety happened for me that session.
Steadily decreasing in subtlety, your avatar is.
My avatar is not subtle inside its own headspace, no.
You're the opposite of subtle.
Yes, I was. However,
You did
express
use your-
beliefs.
You did use your knowledge of the city and stuff.
Not massively. It's all changing and not particularly impressive. I suppose once, yeah. I suppose once when I made the building collapse, which I used to max out sun. You express your beliefs, drives, role, or background. Yes, all of it, twice.
Repeatedly, yep. You can have 2 XP for that.
Repeatedly. Struggle with issues from my promises or obligation. Hello, Sarahs. I have a misguided promise about making sure that I'm doing everything in my power to make sure you don't have to slip between things, and I did particularly a bad job of it this session.
Yep. But you tried to do a job, and that's what matters. Have 2 XP.
Yeah. Whoop. And embody your eclipse will display the contents of your heart. Hello again. All of the yes for this one.
2 XP.
Okay, that's a max bar and some of the max bar and experience points. I'm taking safe distance as a playbook ability, and I'm taking a 2nd point in Defy.
Heck yeah. What does safe distance do?
Safe distance. You can make a connection and help friends recover by leaving anonymous gifts.
Oh,
When you do so,
can,
take +1 dice. I can finally help people in downtime.
You can
If-
finally
if
take
you
the
watch
main
the season-
connection.
Yes, but I have to. Well, the equivalent thereof. But I have to do it by leaving anonymous gifts.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to work out what that looks like with the series variation, but yeah, I suppose functionally it works the same. Like, they have to be really heartfelt gifts, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I took a point of Defy.
Delightful. Who wants to go next?
I'm
Carys
happy
or
to go
Tern?
last because it's later for everybody else.
Okay.
Sure, I'll go next then. Okay. Address the challenge with foresight or revelation. I'm honestly not sure I did either.
I'll say, like, your sort of experience of the loops did come up, so I'll say you can have 1 XP.
1 XP. Okay. Oop. You express your beliefs, drives, role, or background. Beliefs / drives, definitely, with the whole, no, we get to choose. You know, our fate is for us to decide, not the conspiracies.
Yeah, like, you had, like, your background came up a few times, so I'll say that's 2 XP.
Yeah. The next one. Struggled with issues from your promises or obligation.
So I believe your promise was basically to make sure you end up in the best timeline, wasn't it?
Sort of, but there are 2 promises, because that's referring to the time traveler weirdness. The one to Tern is that I'll be there for Tern regardless of what's happening. Tern didn't feature massively in this episode, so I'm going to say that's definitely out.
Yep.
And to Miracle, it's that nobody's going to have to be sacrificed. Miracle's not going to have to sacrifice himself to deal with this, to deal with stuff alone.
That came up.
That did come up.
Yep,
We
that's an
were
XP.
Sort of barreling down on that. Okay, that fills up Moon. Hooray! And the last one is you embodied your eclipse or displayed the contents of your heart. I did not embody my eclipse, but I was all out on confessing to.
Yeah, there was a lot of heart.
Alice.
You can have 2 XP for that.
Hooray! Thank you. Okay. I put 2 here. I think that's everything.
Okay. Well, and that just leaves Tern then. Solus, nolus. We could start going through your XP triggers.
Yep. Address the challenge with kindness or self-sacrifice.
Yes.
Yeah, you were taking a lot of, you're resisting a lot of
Multiple points of harm for both of us, I think.
Yep. In fact, I think the party got pretty dinged up in this session. Yep, you can have 2 XP for that.
I managed to avoid getting up to level 2 harm, but I do have both level 1s.
Yeah. But you were doing them repeatedly, so yeah, 2 XP.
Yeah. Express beliefs, drives, role, or background. I'm kind of leaning on the role of reformed conspirator a lot. I feel like, especially trying to talk to other conspirators. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that definitely came up, so you can have an XP for it.
Promises or obligation. I don't know that they really came up. I think I don't really have much of a handle on what the promise is to Miracle, and only somewhat of an idea of Carys is. Although I guess in order to really like with the promise to Carys, I guess I have to figure out a bit more of like what she's trying to avoid to help avoid it.
If it helps, I have a plan for next session's beginning that's gonna help you flesh that out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds exciting and spooky.
Yeah, but I don't think you really got any XP for that then, did you? Or, I mean, if you want to make an argument.
And the obligation stuff didn't really come up outside of the obligation phase, so I don't think that really counts either. Embodied your eclipse or displayed the contents of your heart. For that one, we were like, I was kind of like up to now, I've kind of been trying to argue that the avatar traits work into that, but they have their own mechanics that we have more of a handle on now, so we can kind of stop being confused with that at least. With the eclipse, the slightest breach of your code is met with uncompromising justice. I don't know that I really went into that other than trying to stop Alice's attacks, and even then I didn't really keep up consistently with that, and I didn't try to stop any of I didn't try to interfere with Miracle's counterattacks, which maybe I would have if I'd been keeping that in mind. So I don't really know that I got much for that either. I think I did follow my code at least.
Yeah.
I know
yeah,
none
I'll
of us
say-
ask for help. I know that much. Well, I forget what the other one is.
As far as the series XP, violence was most definitely did. So
Yeah, there was violence, so.
Sorry.
But, yeah, I'll say you got experience though, so yeah.
okay, so that's 4 for me total. And my playbook was already almost full, and I already know what ability. I know what ability I'm taking now, and I think I know what next one I'm aiming for. So I think I'll put all 4 into playbook. So that'll have 3 in it from now.
Okay, so you don't get any ability yet.
All right. How do I daggone get to it? Okay, there we go. Watchful. When you protect an ally, take +1 die to your resistance roll. When you gather info to anticipate possible threats in the current situation, you gain +1 effect level. So basically very similar, basically getting close to recreating the build from Blades in Dark, kind of. Building a resistance tank.
Fair enough.
And now I have 2 dots and everything. Because I put 1 dot in Confess when I popped the Moon XP track earlier. So that's something. Yeah, next one I'm aiming for is probably the one that lets me ignore or downplay harm tags.
That'll be useful.
But yeah. But yep, that's sorted out.
Okay, and last but not least, I guess it's just Series XP.
This one. New.
You want to mark the dots for this, Enfys?
Yeah, I just found the gaining XP part of that for the truths. Successfully carried out a mission from the series list.
Yep. It was a... Well, it was a dream that was infiltrated.
And successfully defended from.
Yep, you successfully defended
Miracle
Miracle's
is still with us.
Yep.
I assume that's 1, because you can only really succeed at a mission once.
Yeah.
Delve into the conspiracy's maze and give solace to dreamers. I don't think so.
Well, you gave solace to Miracle at least.
We did. Not sure Miracle counts for that though. Okay. Explore the inner world of suspects and face their demons. maybe in
I'll
some sort
say-
of way for Alice.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
say you can have an
We faced
XP
it.
for that.
We didn't solve it, but it definitely reared its ugly head.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. You can have the XP.
Express. Thank you. Express the essential nature, origin, or destiny of the group. I think we did, actually. The maybe the nature, but definitely the destiny. Sort of trying to take charge of ourselves.
Yeah, it's a very group dynamic focused episode, so I think it works.
Yeah, I'll give you that because there was a very strong group dynamic going on.
1 or 2.
I'll say 2.
Yay! Thank you, Bree. That's all the series XP triggers.
Okay then.
Random thing. One last thing in character. And at some
Yeah.
point, Tern would mention to Miracle what Welkin said, in case that means anything to Miracle, because it sounded hella cryptic.
What was it Madden said?
Just here to confirm the kill. By the sound of it, she might have just been weird, but I don't know.
Jesus fuck, man. Ah.
Okay, yeah, sorry, that's it.
Okay. Well then, I think that's everything. So, does anyone want to share anything?
Nope, not for me this month.
I don't know that I have anything in particular coming up for this week.
Nope.
Okay. Well, for my part, tomorrow I'll be on Nick's channel, I think, for some more Dokapon Kingdom. Next week, I'll have a rare. I'll also be on Nick's channel on Tuesday for a rare. Because I'll have the week off, and that's going to be Uplift. I wish I think. Oh yeah, you're in that as well, aren't you?
Yes! Hype.
And the last thing is Monday I'll be streaming something new, so I'll just put the link to the straw poll in chat. If anyone wants to vote for that, vote in that.
Cool.
At the moment, I think it's a tie between Castlevania, Golden Sun, and Dungeon of Hinterberg.
Yep.
Okay, cut that music.
Nice.
And yeah. Okay, it looks like we're actually about to be raided by. I was going to say let's raid
unfortunate.
Nick and Iris, who are streaming Earth Defense Force, but it looks like they. Yeah, it looks like they're actually coming in to raid us. Oh, hello. How'd Earth Defense Force go? We're just about to wrap up and raid you.
We had fun time. We fought in my mind and almost killed someone.
We didn't almost kill her.
We did all almost eclipse, though.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah. EnfysPranc has been horribly traumatized by possibly losing a friend.
Ooh, Nick got to go peek anime again. Cool, you haven't done that in a while.
Kind of traumatized on multiple fronts. You know, heavily reminded of all the times that she's let Miracle like down, essentially. But you know, a lot of fatalities in those memories.
Yeah.
And then
so
there's the fact that the way she's actively let Alice down in this particular timeline.
Yep, and also I basically made the main hazard snakes that somehow poison people with trauma.
Good times.
But yeah, sorry, you basically raided in while we were just finishing up Nick and Iris. Yep, shout out to Nick and Iris. Nick, who, well, I said I'll be on his channel tomorrow for Dokapon Kingdom. Oh, and there'll actually be more Dokapon Kingdom next Thursday as well. So a week today. And also Uplift on Tuesday along with Enfys.
I wish you the best of luck in farming Nick's hatred of trans people.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah. I'm basically making Nick transphobic, but only for me specifically. Through sheer rage in Dokapon Kingdom.
So much so that he has labelled the title for the next Dokapon Kingdom, I hate Erin Brioche.
But yeah.
Oh dear.
August is probably going to be quite a quiet month in general. I'll probably be doing some fair bits of Nordmark. Nick's basically taking the month off. Keith, I believe you're not doing Lancer's Game Jam, which is awesome.
Next week is going to be Game Jam, assuming it sure doesn't collapse overnight.
How does one make games into jam?
Generally by compressing them and turning them to jelly, I think.
Yeah, you just have to capture gamers and just like mush them up and boil them in sugar.
Oh, it's cannibalism. Got it.
Oh, come on, you know gamers aren't people.
Anyway. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. So yeah, quickly gonna find someone to raid. Ooh, Nether Yams live with Abiotic Factor.
Mm.
So let's give them a raid.
Alright. This was fun. Do this again next month.
Yep. We'll
Yes.
yeah. My brain is beginning to shut down, but we'll agree another time for the next session.
Yep.
I'm very excited to see where this goes.
I have an idea for a clock I want now too.
Yeah, as usual, this the VOD for this session will be on my YouTube channel at midnight.
Hooray! Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Toodles.
Nighty night.
So long. Farewell.
Yeah. Raiding in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Like, subscribe, leave a message.
Yep. It's all my favourite YouTube VOD watchers. Bye.